Elves of Phantasia. Let's just use our save state. Load this mission. There we go. So I did a little bit of playing since we last left off. I am back in Alvinista, right? I think last time I loaded the game, we were staying at the inn. I think what I didn't realize, because I was checking a guide, I was like, where do I go next? And I actually spent some time to upgrade this, or not upgrade, sorry, to learn the rest of this Phoenix skill, which is a really good skill. And it got me this Burning Soul attack, which is pretty good. But this attack is not great, in my opinion. It's like, here's the thing. It's like, Ganj, you tell me if I'm wrong. A lot of these unlockable skills that you get from learning a skill to 100%, they don't always have a lot of good synergy, is what I'm saying, right? Like, Burning Soul does that Phoenix attack, which is great, but then he just does the Blade Storm after, and that thing, like, kind of knocks things back. This Lightning and Blade Storm also, I don't know if it's necessarily useful. Mecha Blade is OP. Yeah, like, this is, like, that Cyan Bolt is easy to throw out because it, like, just kind of is a projectile, right? And then Tiger Teeth is kind of like an OP skill on its own, right? So, I don't know, right? I don't know. Like, Mecha Blade seems good, but it's also not... doesn't have any elemental damage stuff on it, so I've not really been wanting to use it. So I've been focusing on using these two. But even just then, like here's the thing about also Mecha Blade. It's like, Mecha Blade, using it far away, like, you don't close distance with this skill, right? If I'm not mistaken, because Tiger Teeth is in close. Cyan Bolt just shoots a thing. Because if I use this when I'm far away from something, I don't get the effect of Tiger Teeth necessarily, right? It's a far range? Yeah, like, it's technically a long range attack, but like, I don't remember how it operates. I'll try it. One sec. Hold on. Let's get into a fight really quick. It runs up to a target? It does? Maybe I missed out on that. So, I'm not getting in a fight. What's going on? I can walk around these trees real quick. Cyan bolts and does a double Tiger Teeth. Oh wow, look at that! I totally didn't realize that. I thought it does a projectile. Oh, it does do a projectile as well. Look at that. I think this move is OP. I think this move is OP. I think this... Yeah, hey, you know what? I think I should be using Mecha Blade more. I think Phoenix is pretty good, all told. It does a huge nuke of a damage if I need fire and stuff. So does Lightning Bolt. But... yeah. I think the fact it can, like, hit things up in the air like that and go whop, 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 right? Yeah, let's use that. Anyways, I upgraded Phoenix a little bit. Something I also realized, because I was checking a guide really lightly, just make sure I'm covering my bases. There was something I almost missed. So let's go back and do that, because I didn't realize when I was at... where was it? I think I was at the item shop. Is that right? Yeah, these kids, right? Elwyn and Nancy, right? Elwyn's like, don't tell my dad we're here. I'm like, okay. Apparently you're supposed to tell their dad they're here. So let's go back and do that really quick to advance this plot line. Just so we don't miss out on it or something, right? Which, was it this boat? No, this is the Belladune. It's the other one. Let's go back and do that real quick. Come on, wait, crab. Alright, let's go. Get on this boat. I think otherwise the last thing we have to do is I have to go back to Runglom. And I think he might have the permission to let me get into the Elves city that he's kind of drawing up or something, right? So we just need to go back and do that when I go back to town. See if I can remember where the dad is. It's not here. Which building was it? In. I think it might be this one. City Hall. I think this is it? No, that's not it. It's not in here. Right, that's where the boat takes you. It's like the merchant guild or something, right? There's the inn. Oh, it's up here. It's up here. Here we go. Trading company. That's it. Alright, where is he? Probably up top. There he is. Hey, dude. Elwyn's father, Doug. Do you know where he went? Why should I tell you, says Clarth. You're the one who made him leave. Or am I wrong? I suppose you're right. I wish I could apologize and miss my son. Maybe don't act like an asshole then. But do I tell him where he is? Yeah. He's left for Alenista with Nancy. Can't believe that bitch is taking my son. What the fuck? Should I not have told him where? Also, how loose is this translation? What if I said no? I'll gladly pay for the information. That's not gonna sway me. I don't need your money. I guess the only option here is to say yes, because no doesn't get you anything, right? I guess? I guess? This feels bad though, right? I don't know. This feels like the video game thing to do, even though he sounds like an asshole still. Right? Right? I feel like I just snitched. This feels bad. Let's get back on that boat. Let's go back. It's... So this... Nope. There we go. Please don't fail me on this. Because I could reload my save, but even that, this feels like the only way to do it, right? Come on. There we go. Let's go back to them kids. I feel like I'm doing the foot race every time I run through that square. Wait, the kids aren't here. Where'd the kids go? Down here? Those kids go? be around here somewhere, right? No, I don't want to do your spirit race again. Wait, there they are. Decide to get married. Will you tell my father that for me? I don't believe you. Oh no. Help? Yeah, yeah. Settle down. He piss off. This is nothing. Oh, okay. What do you have against Nancy anyhow? I mean, he hates her because she's quote unquote poor. I mean, don't focus. This Doug guy seems like a real asshole, right? I don't have anything against her personally, but we've both worked too hard to make the business what it is. Who cares? I need Elwyn back in my company and what? My wife worked herself to death for the success of our family. So why is that my fucking problem? She'd be angry if we let it all slip away now. Yeah, fuck this guy, right, Grosimian? Dad, I didn't want Elwyn's wife to ever have to work. That way, he'd never lose his wife the way I lost mine. Fuck this guy. Mom loved you, you know that? Yeah, who could say? She always told me what a great husband you were. I'd debate that. I would debate that. Dad! Well, I haven't worked in weeks because of all this. I'm way behind. Yeah, it seems like a skill issue for her. Why don't you come back and help me work, Elwyn? You too, Nancy. It's not about the work! Let these kids live their lives! So happy for them. I mean, this was a bad scene. We don't know what's gonna happen. Is that resolved, Clark? It doesn't sound like it's resolved. Is that it? That's it? That didn't seem like it resolved at all. It just seems like that dad was like, you should come work for me. And those kids didn't even get a decision. Right? It didn't even say if they were like, yeah, okay, sure. Or not. I don't know what to make of that. That feels like, well, I feel like we missed a chapter somewhere, you know? Okay, get out of my way. I feel like if that was actually, and right, like, those kids would have been like, we'll do it, or no, fuck that, right? Oh, that took so long, right? Pin this on your chest. Remember that even though you have the royal crest of elvenness, the elves will not allow a half-elf into the forest. Oh. Wait, that means Arch in our party, right? To get to Ymir, just head off the eastern bridge and go all the way south and head west. Okay, well. I know where to go. Is this going to be a whole thing because Arch in our party? Wait, not this way. Anyways, I feel like I didn't get a resolution on that story. That makes me a little sad. Title time? Oh, that's a good point. Let me double check that really quick. Where was that? I think it's up here, right? Swordsman. I think I've already got all the titles that I can get right now. It's like, I think it's either fighter or knight. I think right now I have knight on me, I think, so. It's fine. Also, I didn't know what was happening with story stuff. This is a step aside. Oh, well, here we go. Oh, so you mean like me? Sorry, Arch. It's okay. I'll just wait here in the inn and relax. We'll be back tomorrow. Okay. Wait. Did she have any items on her? Shit. Ah, beans. Hold on. You know what? It's probably fine. I think she had, like, the TP item on her, which would be useful, but everyone else has stuff on, accessories on that's, like, I think, just as well-fitting, so I think we're fine. She looks sad or tired about it? She seems fine. Okay. Or is she, like, gonna sneak her way in somehow? That sounds like what's gonna happen. Out of here. Man, Tiger Teeth is real useful, huh? Mecha Blade seems real useful. It's funny, it's like, I make the automatic assumption that, like, all the other abilities are gonna be better, right? Just because it's like, most of them don't alter the skill that dramatically, right? Like, Scion Kick literally just does the dual kick, right? Shine Storm just does a Blade Storm and shoots the projectile. Bolt Crash just does a dual kick and throws a Lightning Bolt. Granted, again, Lightning Bolt is really good because it does a wide area of effect, right? And, like, Phoenix just does heavy damage. Alright, well. Moving along. Get out of here. Easy. Do I need to check my abilities and all? Let's double check Hearth at least. Alright. Forgot I had this Maxwell skill now. I think that'll be fine. Mint is... what's that Deep Mist do again? Blinds enemies. I'd have her throw a hammer, right? Acid Rain lowers defense. That could be good, I guess. That's fine. I'll turn that on. Blind? It's only 3 TP. Like, hammer is where it's at, right? I don't think she'll cast this on enemies that can't cast, but at least I've never been able to notice. Alright, it's fine. Let's see what's going on in here. Who are you? I'm afraid only elves are allowed this way. You have permission. See the Sorrel Crest? Alright. Also, this guy's not an elf. If you fight with the lizardmen, it's best to keep them as far away as possible. I suggest you use a pole arm. I mean, I guess I'm using one, so I think we'll be fine. Right? Yeah, I got a Mecha Halberd. Let's double check. Right, bonus TV. Okay, it's fine. Ooh, look at this fun bridge! Out of here. Well, that doesn't do a lot of damage. See that? Oh, look at this big fucking tree. Hey, Clarth, can you do your skill or what? Like, what's going on? Oh, that's why. Let's also double check the mint. That healed! Fuck! God damn it. Yeah, I got the weapon that you're not supposed to have that you got in the faraway castle early on from wandering. I wasn't wandering. I thought I was actually supposed to go that way to find more caves. Not caves, I mean like whatever, where the spirits were, all decent. And I'm like, well, I guess we're here. And then I noticed that stuff was for purchase. I'm like, oh, I'm here. This is the thing that everyone told me about. So I'm like, all right. It's fine. Fuck out of here. Nice. Nice. Oh, what? Ow. Ow. Jesus. 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 Wait. Is that going to heal again? Oh, it didn't. Okay. Let's turn that off, though, right? Otherwise, Gungnir would be the strongest weapon. Yeah, it's either that or, like, I assume, I don't have a fire weapon yet, right? Skills, Clarth. Let's turn that off. There's nothing over here. Oh, shit. Oh, God damn it. Oh, no! Oh, fuck, he just... Jesus, my team is fully fucked up. If I also get petrified, am I toast? Yeah. Cheeks out I am. Just straight up game over. Fuck you. Oh no, we've never seen a game over before. Their deaths mark the end for all hopes and dreams. Well. Shit. Let's try that fight again, shall we? Yeah, and then the guard just kind of walked over, was like, what happened over there? Oh shit, these snake guys again. Yeah, come on, get that skill out faster, yo. Oh, does that change the location based on the tile set? What do you mean by that, Gorsimeon? Do you mean like... Does the death screen change depending where you're at? Is that what you meant? That gamer scene in the garden area. No, that was just like wherever you are, I guess, right? It's like I died just below this tree or whatever. I think it just kind of takes a snapshot of where you're at, I guess. That's neat. Also, this is the area that's in the intro, right? Of the game, which is kind of fun. Ow. Where like the anime intro is happening with the fun music and stuff. I just realized that. Get out of here. I just need these spells to get going faster. I think we should be good though. Oh my god, stop interrupting my ability, yo. God, fucking stop it. Okay, well that's taken care of. That didn't do the most damage that I wanted. Yeah, these things are super weak to fire, it seems, so... Clarth is doing the good damage here. In fact, I feel like I'm not even doing anything. I should maybe use a holy bottle. God, snake eyes again! Jesus. Gotta get... Okay. That's fine. That's a bit of a waste. That's okay. Ow! Nope! Get out of here! Fuck! Okay, that's good. I think there's still one more though, right? Remedy bottle, right? Oh god. It's Clarth doing something. Fuck him up. That was close. Now I'm scared to get petrified. I think I have an item for that I have not purchased. Not mistaken. Or there should be at least. No fucking clue where I am. God damn it. Okay, these trees aren't that bad. Okay. Ah, it didn't kill, huh? Ow. Ow. Get out of here. I should do it for one of them at least. Or not. There we go. Ugh. I should probably look at my health really quick. That should be good. Ah! Oh no! Snake eyes! I gotta be careful of that one back there that's on mint though. Shit. Ow! Okay. Oh, I just realized Mint got hit with the petrifies. These things are a real pain in the ass with that. This is like the first time I've felt like this threatened in a battle, you know? And I think that... yeah, that petrify effect, like, stays on you, too. It doesn't go away, so... I mean, I've got a lot of these remedy balls exactly for that, at least. Wow, that's huge. That did so much damage. Mecha Blade might be OP, as stated. If you can get all those hits to land, though, right? Which is the hard part. Oh, fuck. Was this supposed to go over here either? This looks like a dead end. Shit. I think that's gonna do it. Just, it interrupts me every single time. Get out of here. Okay. Oh, I got a weapon out of that. I'm gonna guess that's a shitty longsword, though, right? Yeah, it's stacked, so that ain't it. Let's put some chicken in our food bag. We can do that. Oh, these apples. There we go. What do I need to do? Right, and also let's use one of these holy bottles. I can actually explore. Not completely deters you from enemies, but what the hell happened there? Ow. Getting a little bit low on TP. Might have to cool it with crests for a bit. Okay, well, I'm not going this way. Fuck! Get out of here. These hammers just flying in out of nowhere from Mint. I just love the idea that she's throwing a hammer that fucking far. It's like they're not like being conjured with a spell or anything. It's just literally. It's like, could you imagine being like 50 yards away from someone and just throwing a hammer up in the sky and just flinging it up in the air and just being like, yeah, that's what I do. Wait. Okay, I found it. Oh, shit. Fuckers again. I mean, it works. Oh no, Mint. Honestly, dream job, says Del Focus. Oh, yeah. Basically a QB. Yeah, it's like a quarterback, essentially like a mortar operator for football. Is that basically what we're asking? Kinda, right? For like a long bomb or something like that, for sure. She's not throwing these like short passes, you know? She's not throwing these hammers up the middle to like a tight end or something. She's hucking them wide out to a post route to a wide receiver. And in this case, it's a snake man. Going, oh god! What's that Olympic throw called? Like it's literally called a hammer throw, Altisan, except you're swinging it on a ball and chain, right? Just its own kind of wildness. That's called a hammer ball thing. Let's go this way. Oh, some treasure chests. Okay. Yeah, just literally it's called a hammer throw. It's not called anything different. Changing positions, that's it. Get a drink in the meantime. Hammer throw featured prominently in Matilda. I don't remember that at all. When did that happen? Actually, I have not seen Matilda in a very long time, so... Is that movie good? Is that movie good? It's got what's her name? Don't remember the little girl that plays Matilda. That child actor was famous in a lot of stuff for a little while, right? Another holy model here. Lavender? Okay. Let's use that. Let's use that right away. Strength rating by 2. Sure is going to Cress. It got a Mara Wilson, that's it. Yeah. Right. Got a musical and a remake of the musical as a film. Yeah, it did the full loop. I'm gonna guess we need to go that way, but let's get these treasure chests first. Oh, another lavender. Okay, sure. Sure. Oh, it's just one enemy. Okay. I mean, I can save some TP, finally. Oh, it's casting anyways. Well. Let's hope we don't run into any more bad guys after this. Or not too many. Those snake dudes are a pain in the ass. Another lavender. Oh, jeez. Alright. There's a full direction we didn't even go yet, so... I'm a little curious. I'm gonna throw a save state down really quick. Let's backtrack a little bit. Just hit that thing out of the way of that hammer. Yeah, it failed anyways. Come on! Come on, Mint, you can do it. these hammers will hit eventually. Oh my god, can you please? Can you please? There we go. Alright, I think we have a decent amount of TP back, at least. Like, what was this way, right? Watch this be a situation where I have to hit a switch from that left side before heading out to the right. Also, what the fuck is... Oh, something is killing the shit out of Mint right now. Get out of here. He is just hucking those hammers all day. Hey, come on. Half of these are failing, but, you know. Life bottle. Alright. Mix gummy. Sure. Oh no. Snake eyes. Do you think you got the apple out of the oak tree? Oh, absolutely I did. Don't focus. Hey, don't move. Get out of here. Absolutely that apple came off that tree. How else would have gone, right? Ooh, Mint leveled up. Let's use another holy bottle. Okay, we came all this way, just found a bunch of items. I'm glad we went back. HP rating. Okay, what do I use this on? Never a bad idea for more health on Cress, right? He is the person taking the brunt of the damage, being a melee person, but... Alpine says save it. Yeah, like using it later. When I have more HP points. It's not like I need it that badly. It's hard to judge what those thresholds are, because I'm not dying a lot. Right? But... Ganj says just use it. Interesting. Right now you're still steamrolling the game with the Mecha Halberd. That's true. Even when I didn't have this thing, I was kind of steamrolling the game already, Altisan. I'm not gonna lie. Right? I've been mostly just using this stuff. I pick up a few, maybe. I actually could throw a heal down right now, actually. Anyways. Yeah, it's not even just a Mecha Halberd that's like really doing half the work for me. It's more just like, oh, god damn it! Let's get these guys out of here. Also, I find it very funny. I was just complaining about this game. You know, I'm getting through these enemies really quick, and then I got fucking petrified, and this is what's gonna kill me, right? So, two of them. Get the fuck out of here. Nope. Oh, just got fucking hit by it again. Get out of here. Fuck. Fuck this. Fuck this. This fucking game. Lady of here there. Hello, how's it going? I'll tell you how things are going over here. I'm getting steamrolled by these lizard men. Fuck. Get out of here. Fucking back up. Back the hell up. God, and like they interrupt me whenever I like try to do my ability, which is not helping. Christ. Later, you're there. Thank you for joining. Good to see you. Pretty good. Got my Metroid Prime Remastered copy. Hey, alright. Ordered a capture card, so I'm stoked. That seems alright. He seems stressed. These not lizard, snake men. Kind of being a pain in the butt, you know. Metroid Prime Remastered. That seems like a good as heck video game. I don't have a Switch 2 or a Switch at all, to be honest. Like, I can't play that, but Metroid Prime is a game that I had long thought I should go back and play for myself. I'd never played a Metroid Prime before, but I sure know people like Metroid Prime 1 and 2 quite a lot, right? They seem like really good video games. Simply no other way to play GameCube games, says Del Focus. It's true. It's true. I'm actually not currently set up to play any GameCube games, if I'm being honest. Although, you know, maybe I could check the special GameCube store, you know. I'm gonna stream it blind, though, so I can't play it yet. That's fun, lady. That seems alright. I have a Switch 1, but I'm getting a 2 in October. Oh, yeah. I just don't have the money for it right now, right? As someone who enjoys Metroid games quite a bit... Wait, I say right. I enjoy Metroid games quite a bit, but like Metroid Prime always seemed like a funny outlier to me, you know? And like, I know exactly where that comes from. Like, later here, there, like I had a PC growing up, so it's like, I didn't have a good reason to play a shooter on a Nintendo console, right? It's like, after GoldenEye, for me, it was kind of like, yeah, this is good. I like GoldenEye on the N64 as much as anyone, but then I'm like, oh yeah, like, I have a PC now, right? I'm over here playing Half-Life. I didn't even think about Metroid Prime at the time, when I wish I did, but, you know, I didn't have that much money growing up, so it's not like I had all the consoles. Instead, I, you know, used that money to buy a gaming computer, right? I was able to con my parents into helping me buy because it's a computer. It's I can use it for school and stuff like this too, right? So, the Focus says, considering your enjoyment of Sonic Spinball, maybe that Metroid pinball game for GB. I have never played that. Wait, have I played that? Hold on. No, that wasn't GBA. That was Nintendo DS, Bell Focus. I never had a Nintendo DS. That explains why. I'm like, wait, that sounds like something I would have played if it was on Game Boy Advance, because I have a Game Boy Advance. But apparently it was DS, from what I can tell. So that makes sense. As much as I wish I had a DS, just, you know, again, didn't have unlimited money at the time. this way, right? So just doing a TP check. Crest is a little low. That's okay. Says Clark. Welcome back, lady. It's fine. Last time I played Prime was in primary school at a friend's house. That sounds awesome, lady. That sounds like a game that you could, like, play with a friend and, like, pass a controller around every now and then, right? That sounds like a good game for, like, that. Craving a Coke, so I ordered some. I got delivered. Alright, sounds good. Like a Diet Coke? Coke Zero, perhaps? I'm a Coke Zero person, because I can't drink normal Coca-Cola anymore. I am too old. A classic? Lady, I respect it. I respect it. Gosh, some people are younger than us. Okay? We covered this last time. When Lady was here last time, I remember when Lady here there, we were talking about, like, old school RPGs and what that actually means and stuff like that, right? Yeah, we're just old. Except for Dull Focus. Dull Focus is 12. Yeah. He says, I'm weird. Slightly watered down Sprite. I like a Sprite Zero. I love a Sprite. Sprite Zero is actually really hard to find sometimes, Althison, right? I think Sprite Zero is incredible. Diet Sprite is fine too. Or Diet 7-Up, I'll even have it. Yeah, but like, I get it. It's like sometimes it tastes like a little too sweet. So yeah. Yeah, like adding some... Oh, you know what? I need to make sure I get a save state down. Hold on. You know what is real nice? Althison and Lady here or there, my fellow soda enjoyers. Pop, if you're Northern America, if you're, you know, more in the northern side of Americas, or in Canada, perhaps. Taking a Coke or a Sprite or whatever your soda of choice is, something about pouring it into a glass feels nice, right? I don't know if it's just me, but you know, like, yeah, hitting up with some ice, having a nice, really nice chilled glass, pouring like a soda into it feels so much nicer than drinking out of a can. Don't get me wrong. I also mostly drink a soda out of a can, right? It's convenient, right? Or drinking it right out of a 2-liter bottle. Look, I'm not going to tell you how to live your life, Dull Focus. You can make the choices that you want. A paper cup? Don't use a paper cup. You can't reuse it. I mean, you could try reusing a paper cup. Get a nice glass, right? I just don't like a lot of ice when I hit CJ's, but Sprite is fine. Yeah, sure. The key is chilling the glass, in my opinion. Okay? Yeah, like a really cold can is the key here, right, lady? Like, you got like a really, really chilled can. That'll set you right. It's gonna lose its heat a lot faster than the ice and, you know, the glass and stuff like that, right? That's why, like, if I'm pouring a Coke, I make sure I chill my glasses first, right? I think that's crucial. I might be in a rush, so maybe I won't. I get it. But if I have the time, I want to treat myself nice. I think we take soda for granted, is what I'm saying. Okay? I think we take soda for granted. I think it's way too easy to drink a soda too quickly. You get all gross and burpy, and you just huck the can away and you're done, right? You ask me, as someone who... I don't buy soda very often at the same time, because it's a treat, right? It's a treat. Soda is a treat to me. I don't... It's not something I keep in the house on the regular. I will typically only buy it when it's on sale, right? It's not that it's like expensive. I mean, soda's getting very expensive, especially in Canada for tariff reasons and grocery store prices being way too high. That's a whole other topic. But if I'm about to pour myself a glass of soda, right, I make sure I treat it nice. And by almost like treating it like a nicer thing, it's not that I like get more enjoyment. It's not just that I get more enjoyment out of it, but like I feel like it's more special, right? And I don't consume as much of it as a result, right? Which actually is kind of important. I think it letting my Mountain Dew pitch black air out in a crystal decanter. Don't do that, then you lose the bubbles. That's not the point, they'll focus. Later here there. As you said that, I'm like, I should hydrate. Right? I am as old as I am, lady. I lived in a household growing up. I'll stretch you, thank you. I grew up in a household where my parents didn't buy me soda growing up, right? I didn't have soda growing up a lot because my parents were like, no, it's bad for you, blah, blah, blah. And they're not wrong, right? They weren't wrong about that. I don't have kids. If I did, I would probably also not allow them to have soda until they were a lot older. Soda is pretty bad for you, all told. I'm not judging anyone who likes to drink soda or maybe drinks a little too much soda. You're an adult. You can make your own choices, right? But it's like, holy Jesus. Like to kids, like soda it's candy, right? It's candy, right? It's like soda, like super sweet soda is candy. You just don't want the kids hyper. Yeah, and the caffeine element, sure. Like Altisan, if you're my approximate age, right? It's also like we grew up like idolizing like the really like high caffeine soda, like Jolt Cola and stuff like this too, right? There's that element too, which is nuts. And the next thing you know, we're looking at a Four Loko being like, this is a great idea. Right? It's not a good idea. Stuff is not great for you. The focus like, hell yeah, I'm 12, give it to me. Right? You could do what my family did and just give the kids black coffee. That's actually way healthier somehow, though, focus. Black coffee, it's just a diuretic at that point. You shouldn't be letting your kids have that much caffeine, but there's soda drinks out there that have, if not as much caffeine as a cup of coffee. Also, aside from the fact they'll focus that like most of the time, you're looking at those, containers of soda. It's like a liter or more, right? A 500 milliliter bottle of soda is giant for a child and way more than 1 cup of coffee, right? Oh, I'm sorry for my American friends. What the fuck do you guys say? With your not metric on this. You're using imperial around that. I don't know. Tweak from South Park comes to mind. Yeah. Lady, I definitely had friends like that growing up, right? I had a friend who every day in high school, ounces, right? How much is, I don't know, what's a 500 milliliters or to ounces? What is like a normal bottle of like Coke? Not like a big sucker, but like the one you would have for like one person. How much is that? Is that like 36 ounces? 48? I think 48 sounds right. I don't know. Yeah, it's like a 500 milliliter. I don't speak freedom units. Milliliters to ounces. 500 milliliters. 16. Okay, 16 ounces. Or 16.9 if I'm being super accurate on this. And then 1 liter is 33. So that means 66 for a big guy. For 2 liter, 67-ish. 12 12 ounces at 354. Yeah, I was thinking of 500 milliliters. They'll focus. So. Oh, don't even get me started on pint versus. Anyways, my point is, I knew a kid growing up in high school that would keep, you know, a big bottle of soda in his backpack and drink that all day, every single day. That is too much soda. At that point, it's like, you're not, I mean, to that kid's credit, he was a very active guy. Genetically, his body weight was not an issue and relatively normal and stuff. But you can't look at that and be like, that's good for him. You should do that. Right? His parents didn't care, and that's their choices. That's fine. Right? I'm not going to judge them for that, but it's not my kid. Right? My kid was doing that, I'd be like, no. I'm not letting it get to this point where you're buying a giant bottle of Coke and drinking that the entire goddamn day. Right? There's no way. Did you get these 3-liter bottles of cider? I have no idea what you're talking about, Fawn. That sounds like way too much liquid. There was a time when I drank 6 to 10 Red Bulls a day. I'm glad I was able to ditch that habit. I'm also glad you were able to ditch that habit, lady. That is a lot, right? Like, how much caffeine is in like one Red Bull? If I'm not mistaken, somewhere probably around like 200 milligrams, which is, I think if I'm not mistaken, about the same as like a cup of coffee. Caffeine in one Red Bull. Let me see here. Oh, it's only 80 milligrams. I guess it depends on the size of the Red Bull, right? I think they only come in the normal, like 250 milliliter cans. Speak Canadian or metric. And yeah, caffeine is like, obviously affects people differently and stuff like that. But I think I think that the key thing is like, how old you are and like kind of hormonally where you at with that stuff, right, lady? It's like, and at that point, why are you drinking it, right? Are you drinking it literally for the energy purpose, or are you drinking it because it tastes good, or like whatever, right? Do I need to drink that many Red Bulls? It's like, okay, well, if you need to, like, people who have really high caffeine tolerance, here's the problem, right? Especially as someone myself that used to also be the same way. I used to have very high caffeine tolerance because my sleep schedule was so terrible, right? It's like I was supplementing all that caffeine for the fact that I had horrible sleep issues. And I had horrible sleep issues because of a lot of other host of reasons that relate to my mental health, my, emotional distress and stuff like this, right? So it was kind of twofold, right? And not only that, but then caffeine became a trigger for my migraines on top of that. So I had to, like, when I became an adult, I started to realize this. I'm just like, I should probably drink less caffeine a day. That's a starting point to at least stop my migraines trigger from happening. Right? In low amounts, Altisen. It's also, there's a difference between the delivery mechanism, right? It's like when drinking like coffee versus like drinking tea. Right? It's like tea can deliver caffeine in a much slower burn of a way versus having like really high intense like right to my blood kind of a thing, right? Yeah, Excedrin has caffeine in it. I know, right? And yeah, like Rosimian, like having it in small dosage amounts to like give you like a small boost. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But it's also like, how receptive is your body to it? Why are you doing it? Right? And it's like, if I'm having more than one coffee, even for me personally, if I'm having more than one coffee a day, it's like it would have to be a quote quote exceptional reason for me, right? Either that or like, sorry, I should also be very frank. If I wanted a second coffee in the afternoon, just because I would love to have a coffee right about now, not because I want it for the energy purpose, because I think it tastes good, I'll make it decaf, right? But like if I need if I'm having a coffee because I need it as an energy boost in the afternoon, that means that's an exception for me personally, because I probably didn't sleep well the night before. And it's like, well, why didn't I sleep well the night before? Well, maybe I'm just jet lagged because I was traveling. Well, then fine. That's not a big deal. But if it's like, no, I had a panic attack last night, that's why I'm not sleeping well. Well, I should probably fix the panic attack happening to me. That's probably the better answer than having a second coffee. But if I need the second coffee in the moment, I don't judge myself for it. I just go get it, right? Lady, you're there. Thank you so much for the sub. Very kind of you. Thank you so much. But yeah, it's like you have to look at like holistic reasons why you're having caffeine sometimes, especially if you have a lot of sleep deprivation issues or a lot of anxiety around sleep. If you have a lot of lady has found access to the big lady emoji. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I just made that in Canva, so I didn't do anything special there. What was I saying? Yeah, like it's funny because some people are like, yeah, like caffeine never affects me. I'm like, that's fine. Also, like, how old are you? Right? If you're like 48 and you're telling me that, it's like, ooh, right? If you're like 20 something, you're fine. But also if you're like, you know, drinking 6 Red Bulls a day, then it's like, whoa. Whoa. It's like that becomes an economics question at that point, because Red Bull is not cheap, right, lady? It's like Red Bull is pretty expensive, sugar free or not, right? But also, like, yeah, I get it. Especially as someone that used to. I mean, it's like when Red Bull got really popular, lady. Here's the other thing too. It's like, you know, Red Bull vodka became a very popular thing at the time when I was going like to the club and stuff like that in my 20s. Can't do that shit anymore. I'm sure people still do it, right? People still do it, but I'm like, it's like, I remember, it's like, at least here in Canada, it's like you go to a bar and you ask for like a Red Bull vodka, like almost out of a sense of legality. They won't ever mix the drink for you. They will literally sell you a cup with vodka in it, and then they will sell you in a can the Red Bull, and you have to do that yourself because they don't want to claim responsibility for you, for what happens to you if shit happens. Jaeger bombs are better? I disagree. They're all shit. It's all shit. Ugh. Lady, thank you again for the very kind sub. Very, very kind of you. But yeah, I can't afford buying Red Bull like that. There's no way. If I need a Red Bull, it's like I try to leave it to something that like I buy when I need it, right? Because that means like I actually have to like go somewhere and go get it, or I have to be already on the road, or like I need it in that moment. It'll be like more expensive in the moment than buying like a 4-pack somewhere else or something, right? But it also like keeps it out of reach from being like something that is like my first reach for a solution. You know what I mean? At that point, like I also do the same thing with coffee. Like I'm a big fan of, you know, like not using like an espresso machine and stuff like that. So if I need a coffee, I need to make my coffee, and I have an AeroPress at home. So that means I need to boil water. I need to grind the beans. I think it's nice to grind your own beans at home anyways to make a nice cup of coffee. I also drink most of my coffee black, by the way. So it's like, I don't mix a, coffee drink. Well, yeah, I'd go to like a Starbucks or something like this, obviously. At that point, you're just getting a frappe or a dessert. But for me, like, if I want to make coffee, I have to boil the water, grind the beans, set up my AeroPress, make sure it's clean, obviously, right? Boil that water, heat the glass with the boiled water, wait 5 minutes for the thing to steep, and then plunge, right? So, like, it's a bit of a process. It probably takes me about 10-15 minutes to probably make a cup of coffee. But I enjoy the ritual of it as well as part of my morning process because it helps me wake up even just doing that, let alone drinking the thing, right? So in a lot of ways, it's like much like the soda situation, like I mentioned before, it's more of a treat. I'm having a coffee every day, but thankfully a single cup of coffee is better for you than like a can of soda at the very least, right? It depends on soda, if you're getting diet or not, blah, blah, blah. But by treating the process a little more special in my head, for me personally, I can keep myself from overindulging a lot easier, right? And for me, that's a personal choice. I guess it's not the same, going to be the same for everyone, right? Everyone has different needs and choices around this stuff. But for me, at least, this works. And it's also like very thankful that it's like being a work from home situation, it caters to that. Because if I was like in an office or something, I can't set up my AeroPress at the office, although I have before. If I can get like a kettle going, depending where I'm working. I have done it before. Yeah, you could. Dull Focus, freshly ground beans, not the easiest thing to do at the office, It's like, I'm not about to bring my coffee grinder to work, although I could get a hand crank grinder, which is real nice. Yeah, exactly, Dull Focus. Like, keep a hand grinder at my desk. What I used to do is like I would grind my beans at home using my own grinder and keep it in like an airtight container, and then I keep that like in my desk, and then like I refill that like every week or so, right? That's how I would do it. And then I'll AeroPress because we had like a kettle at work and stuff like that, and then I would work out just fine. But also, it's a process. But also, here's the other benefit to doing that at work. It was that it gave me a reason to get away from my desk for a bit, right? Which, if you ever worked in an office before, blah, 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 like, I think a lot of people know, it's like, you don't want to be stuck at your desk all day, right? That's just as bad for you as it is, drinking too many coffees a day. So if you're working a cube, yeah, all decent, right? It sucks. I get it. It's like some people like, want that, and that's fine. But it's like, even just like getting away from your desk and like going for like a quick couple minutes walk around the block or something, it's just better for you, right? If you've got a standing desk, even better, right? Not everyone has that privilege. But also not everyone has that privilege to walk away from their desk by choice, right? Which sucks. But that's a whole different conversation with what your job is and what you do, blah, 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 right? Ganj says, ask your boss if it's okay cranking at the office. Ganj, let's say I've made that joke before. When people see me bring coffee into the office, I'd be like, would you rather I crank it at work? And my boss hand crank grinder is my Depeche Mode. Sure, it's chaos. It says, people stuck in a cubicle get to slam as much Coke as they want. More ways than one. Let's get back to the video game. Thank you for indulging me on this. Here we go. What happened? What's that? Right, we're making our way through this forest. Arsh is not with us. These snake men are on my ass. I thought I saw something pink behind that tree. That was a fun tangent. Lady, one of these days, one of these days I'm gonna have a food stream, and it's just going to be tangents like that. So one of these days, I'll tease and relax. Perhaps you're just imagining. That is definitely Arsh behind us, right? She's got that pink hair. Yeah, there she is. I knew it. Should do a cooking and then eating stream. I will probably not do an eating part of that stream, lady. For the sake of, you know, people, I don't know if they're like ASMR, like, or turned off by like hearing ASMR sounds of mouse sounds and stuff, which I already get self-conscious about. Yeah, mukbang. Sorry, that's the term. I'm not gonna mukbang, Ganj. I'm sorry. I'm going to purposely drink this drink away from my microphone just to save you from that. Hey, only elves are allowed to enter here. Go back wherever you came. These elves need to relax. Normal eating, not sensual eating. I mean, look, I will taste test things on stream. Don't get me wrong. If I'm going to like eat an entire meal, no, that's not going to happen, right? Take a look at this crest. We're under protection of the royal family of Alvanisa. We'd like to speak with your leader. Okay, Clarth, if you're going to be so official about it. Oh, I guess they're obliging. You don't need to adopt the Te Zonde maneuver to drink. I don't know what that means. I know who Te Zonde is, the chocolate ring guy, but... I'm sorry to keep you waiting. My name is Rambard. I'm sort of in charge? What's the difference? My name is Clarth. This is Crescent Mint. Okay. Got something to ask you. Take a look at these rings. Right. Magical spirit rings, but they're broken. Nice stealth focus. Nice. Heard that someone here may know how to repair them. What we need to do is get to the Heimdall stone. Oh. Wait, Heimdall? Like that Heimdall? What are we doing here? Are there like Viking gods around here? What's going on? Pick up anything you'll need for a day's trip at our stores, then meet me in the north end of the village. Okay. He kept adding, I step away from the mic to breathe in, as a subtitle. Hold on, I gotta read that again. It's Kaon. I don't know what you mean. You kept adding. So it... Oh, that's what he was doing in his video. That's weird. Altieson says, you have Gungnir. That's a good point. I didn't even think about that until now. Are elves just like Viking descendants? What's going on? Right? Can we rest here? Seems like no. Oh, that's why. Gungnir is a great streaming service name. No one, I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. Bad explain, they aren't funny. It's count. I famously always get jokes immediately when they're told to me in chat. Famously. How dare you? Alright, I guess we're in the Elven Village now. Which looks a lot like that village in the Oasis. Where it's like really hot. I'm playing hide and seek, and I'm it. Oh, dude. Okay, cool. Alright, kid, cool. Seems like they'll be hitting something up here. There's always hidden chests in towns like this, so I'm curious. Oh, hello. Now what, Rambard? We're looking for Heimdall, the holy place of the Elven Village. It's marked by a large stone with runes carved into it. Stone 4. I'll show you. We follow the trails that the bush babies are on. Wait, those bush babies are those like little like cat fox looking things that walk on 2 feet, right? We could reach Heimdall fairly easily. Oh. Wait, I guess... Oh, Rambard is with us now. Okay. Yeah, like these guys. Also, I guess this is just the way up there now, huh? Well, let's look around the city a little more. Or village, I should say. Son lives in Venetia. I'm so worried about him. Okay. Well. Oh. My turn. I figured she was also playing hide and seek. Oh no! We spotted her! Well. Leave me alone. She said. Yeah, you just help me, like, help that guy get her spot. Yeah, the reflections in this game in the water always look really cool. You know, it's like we've seen these in, like, when we're in Venetia as well and stuff, right? There's nothing new here. It's fine. Well, I just spoiled their spot again. I don't really guess there's nothing here. Unless. Don't ruin the game this time! Oh. Does that mean we have to find the kid? This feels like there'd be something back here. Right? I'm jamming the action button, hoping it finds something, but... Where's the other kid? Oh, I found him. Playing hide and seek! Found you. Man, now I have to be it. Can't you see we're playing a serious game? Look. Look, kid. Here now? I'm just playing hide and... I mean, I don't... Am I ruining their hide and seek game? Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit. I'm not going in these stores. Where are you at, kid? Not over here. There? Nope. Wait. Ah, they're just taking... I thought maybe there'd be, like, something fun by playing hide and seek with these kids, but I guess not. It's fine. I guess. Wait, no. I've been in here already. Never mind. Giving the game a little too much credit. Store's locked. Must be used for some kind of storage. Okay. So we'll come back there another time if we get the key. Dime store. Okay. Let's buy a couple more of those. Well, nope. Okay. That's more of those remedy balls if we run into more of those annoying as hell snake dudes. Paper or plastic? Just kidding! We elves only use 100% recycled paper. Good, I guess. Elven lifespan. An elf's lifespan, when compared to that of a human, may seem very long. An elf's lifespan is due to a very health-conscious life. They probably do not have soda, unfortunately. But also, if not drinking, if I had to make a choice between soda and like a super long life, I might still have the soda. I'm not gonna lie. Once in a while. Right? Again, I treat it like a treat, you know? Moderation. Including a strict diet of only organic foods. Also, genetics plays a big role how long one lives. Every species on Earth is evolving with each generation that passes. However, due to the extended lifespans, elves are evolving slower than... because they don't have soda! Perhaps this is because they are nearing the complete evolution cycle and are as advanced as one can become. That's interesting. They've only ever used 100% recycled paper, asks Lady. Where did the original paper come from? That's a good point. I don't see any mills around here, you know? Unless they're just like writing on tree leaves and stuff. I don't know. They'll import it like Norway. I also am learning this today, lady. This is news to me, Doll Focus. Herbal medicine. The herbs... Savory... yeah, I knew this already. Herbs potency can be enhanced by room ball. Yes, that's what I'm doing. Gonch, look, they've been treating me okay so far. You know. One might say, though, it's like they could stand to extend their evolution, possibly by not inbreeding as much, perhaps? I don't know. I don't know. Oh, bow shop. Oh yeah, bow shop? Yeah, I don't have any archers in my group, but does that mean I'm going to be running into my friend again sometime soon? Isn't he... He's not dead. I don't think he's dead. I got the feeling that our friend, who I totally remember their name... Chester, right? Chester? I think it's Chester. I think it's Chester. Ah, this doesn't say their name either. Shit. My best friend, who I remember their name of. I don't think it's Chester. It might not be Chester. Is it Chester? Gonch, help me, please. Help me, please. I think it's Chester, right? Yes, it's Chester. Okay. Norway is so cool, says the lady. Their language looks like someone fell asleep on the keyboard. But other than that, it's a cool country. Yeah. A little bit. A little bit. I couldn't name a single thing about Norway. I'm not gonna lie. There was a brief period of time when I had money, and I considered doing a trip to Iceland. I would love to go to Iceland sometime. Why Iceland? I don't know. But it's like, I have a lot of friends that had positive trips there. Seems like a lot of fun times. Cold, which I'm not good at, but, you know. I've been twice. Going for a third time. Wow, that sounds awesome, baby. I'm jealous of you for that. Alright. Let's see what's this way. Oop. You can apparently fight things up here. Oh god, these snake guys again! And a drake? What? Oh, well, I got fucking... Of course I did. Of course I did. Where the heck is it? Kind of happy if I want to see my boyfriend. Oh, wow, that makes way more sense then, lady. That sounds like a lot of fun, though. You know? That sounds extremely enjoyable. Oh, I see. That Snake Man was a drake. Okay. It's expensive. Is it really expensive in Norway? I would have no idea. I guess it depends where you're staying and stuff, too. But this place is a maze. Merry Chris will come to Switzerland. That sounds good. I think here's the other thing too, lady. It's like, obviously, like being in Europe is much different equation than being in North America, right? Where it's like everything feels super far away here, right? I don't know about the price differences in terms of like, you know, staying in hotels, or obviously like, you know, if you decide to stay in a hotel, or if you know, obviously find cheaper options in a hotel. Also, I just got a Japanese apple. Did I see that correctly? But like, oh my god, it is a very special apple. Okay. Yeah, it's like, in North America, obviously, like, things are so much farther away, right? And it's like, I can drive most places, right? If we're talking about, like, the same distances, right? But by the same token, it's kind of like, if you need to, like, cross borders, if you need to, like, cross water, right? Buys water, your equation changes slightly, right? Whereas, like, you know, I like the freedom of being able to drive where I need to go, but I also understand it's like, you know, for most people, that's very uncommon in Europe, right? It's like you're finding other ways of transportation, whether you're taking a train or perhaps taking a bus for part of that, or, you know, whatever have you. It's a much different equation at that point. Not that owning a car is cheap. Owning a car is very expensive. Famously so, right? Oh my god, stop interrupting me as I'm trying to do this tiger teeth attack. Do you mind? Oh my god! Get out of here. I'm like using up all my TP on nothing, you know? It's about 950 miles from Switzerland to Norway. That's a long distance. Right? That's a very long distance. I could drive 20 minutes and be in either Germany or France. Yeah, and like, lady here, there, like, to North Americans, that concept is fucking insane. Right? To us, we're like, what? Whereas, like, yeah, Altisen, for you, like, that's like crossing state lines for you, right? Which, yeah, in some states, depending where you're at, can feel like Germany or France, but they're not different countries, right? Or in Canada, in case of, you know, for me, it's like going to other, you know, provinces in Canada is incredibly far away from me. So it's like, you know, if I'm hopping to a city that's very far away, I'm still within the same province or state, put it that way, right? So like, you know, me doing a big road trip like that would be significant. I could drive 3 or 4 hours and be in Italy or Austria. That's awesome, right? That's incredible, even. Like, and that's like the fundamental differences between Europeans and North Americans, right? Where it's like, why you don't get freaked out at like other languages, whereas North Americans do, right? Our concept of that much cultural difference between those countries you just mentioned, lady, is like significant, obviously. Like much more significant than like, you know, going from one Canadian province to another, even if they obviously, yes, also have very significant cultural differences, but it's like the gulf isn't nearly as wide, right? Altina says, and that's how Central California feeds so much of the world. Sure. Right? Yes, exactly that too, lady. It's like, you know, one country can have being that multilingual is very significant as well. Oh my god, this place is a maze. I'm throwing a save state down. Jeez. Like, Canada is bilingual with French at least, but that's a whole other thing. Get out of here. Ow! Stop hitting me as I'm trying to hit you, jerk! Fuck. Get out of here. Oh my god, they're gonna do it to me again. Guaranteed. Can you stop it? Also, my health is not looking so hot right now. Okay, mince on it. Why is that missing? Why did that do shit? That sucked. Try that again. Why did it miss? Why did it miss? That sucks. Eat the apple? Oh, the Japanese apple? Are you talking about that, Altisen? Hold on, let me pick this up. Some veggies, right? He says, one of them is basically a dead language, though. Almost no one speaks it. Which language are you talking about, lady? What's so special about this apple? Oh, 1,000. Wow, look at that. That's cool. I should use some of these other ones. Any other food items that's kind of building up? I have a lot of apple gummies, which is nice. I think that'll be fine. Let's heal anyways. It's a form of Latin. Oh, got it. Got it. What do I have here? Hold on. Let's just do that. Sort by food. Oh, right. I forgot I could do that. Can you put some seafood in my sack? That sounds weird. Don't say that in public. Alright, it's full. I should healed up the rest of the way for Cress at least. What was I gonna do? Right, tactics, Clarth. Start turning this on, right? Mint. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Just have one go ham. Yay. I should use a holy bottle. Okay. I did the trick. Ow! Apparently only 60 people know Romansh, and only 35 to 40k have it as their native language. Is that purely by, like, what's being taught in schools and stuff, lady? I guess it's also like, are people opting in to learn that in educational spaces, right? Like, for instance, here in Canada... It is? Okay. Yeah, like, here in Canada... sorry, let me just use this first. The big thing here is that, like, you opt into French being... Oh, I can't carry more. Oh. Life bottle just is a revive, right? Yeah, that's fine. Oh, that's fine. So, like, here it's like, you get the choice of being like, hey, do you want to learn French as a singular course, or do you want to learn French being integrated into a bunch of other courses, right? Which, God, it's petrified bullshit. Let's rewind out of that. I'm getting sick and tired of this using a remedy bottle all the time. It's kind of getting to the point where it's like more annoying more than anything, you know? Jesus Christ. It's like, I just don't want to get hit by it anymore. But yeah, French immersion here is the big thing, where it's like, okay, if you're going to take that on, you are going to learn how to do math in French, you're going to learn geography in a French language class, you're going to learn, you know, all these other subjects and stuff, and that is like really, really hard. But like, you don't know the difference when you're a kid. I did French immersion growing up when I was a kid, and like, I thought it was fine. I felt totally normal. But you know, that's not going to be the same for everyone. Ooh, another black onyx and a hole. Take a look at this really quick. Maximum HP by 30%. That's huge, but I don't know if I need it on these other characters. Max HP by 5%. Use a room bottle on these. Let's double check this real quick. Moon crystal. Hey, it doesn't work on those. Wow, maximum TP by 50. I already had one of these. Okay. Let's go back. Let's... Actually, you know what? No. Let's... I don't need to use this right away. I don't need to use this right away. Let's hold on to it. Only 2.5% here speak Gaelic. That's pretty low. But also, like... It's Kaon. I wonder how that number translates like worldwide. That's kind of like the biggest sample, right? In terms of like your overall population size as well, right? But also like, you know, that's pervasiveness of English has unfortunately caused that, right? French is an obligatory class in Switzerland. I had it for like 7 years and I can't form a coherent sentence except for a few that stuck. You know, hey, same thing here, lady. Like, I did that French immersion growing up. I can't speak a lick of French on my own, right? I can read it, but like speaking it, I can't because I don't use it in my day-to-day, right? But if I was to like read a full sentence in French, I'd be like, probably would be at least pretty half decent at that in terms of understanding it. And also, you know, being in Canada, we see French text everywhere, but I'm not having a conversation in French that often, right? To be fair, the Scottish did invent the English language too. That's true. You know. It's not all the colonialism, but I would say mostly it's a colonialism problem, right, Kaon? In terms of where it's a problem, it's specific, right? It's like, you know, the history of the English language is tricky, to say the least. Ooh, got a savory. Let's worry about that later. Also, I'm super lost. My god. Doing some maths. 0.66% of Swiss people speak Romansh. That seems very low. Actually, lady, here, answer me this, actually. How common is it? Oh, God, I got petrified again! Good game. How common is it for people to be multilingual on top of being and on top of one of those languages being Romansh, right? Like, that's obviously a very low percentage. But also by that definition, it's like, you know, if it's super common for people to be multilingual, but just people are not picking that language to learn, right? It's like, what is the motivation for people to learn it then, right? That's kind of the crucial thing about it. How is that culture being maintained? How is that culture being publicly available even, right? Oh my god, did I just do a loop? I think I just did a loop. I think I just did... Shit! Barely, yeah. That explains it. That explains that a lot, right, lady? Did I go up? I don't know if I went up. Oh my god. Jesus Christ, where the fuck are we? I don't think you can learn it in school. There's your foot. That's a problem, for sure, right? Or like, it's like, yeah, lady, if it's like mandatory versus... God, now I'm stunned! If it's like mandatory versus like part of the curriculum, right? That becomes a much different equation at that point. Whereas like you have to learn French here for sure. Kind of like you were saying, how you have to learn French over there. But like for me to learn, say like Cantonese, which is part of my cultural heritage, being Chinese, right? Like, if I want to do Cantonese, like, learning, like, in a school capacity, that's extracurricular. I have to do that on a Sunday or something, right? or Saturday. Or yeah, or my parents have to speak it to me until I learn. Just fine. Yeah, I have to go to a weekend school. Exactly. Exactly. And at that point, it's a cultural choice, right? Oh, that's like Gaelic here as well. Okay, yeah, there you go. It's canon, right? Like, you would like to hope there's governmental assistance for that kind of stuff, which there sometimes is, right? Not always, unfortunately. It's nice when there is. Our boy, hello. Spanish was like that for me. I just never did it. Well, guess what? I also did some Chinese language courses a little bit when I was growing up. Do I remember much of it? No. So, much like the French equation, I only learned by exposure. So for me, that was my parents speaking Cantonese to me. But for me, I struggle a lot with speaking Cantonese. Much like I would struggle a lot with speaking French conversationally. Because English was my primary language, right? I went to school to learn language. To learn English. I went all to my friends' places. They all spoke English as well, right? So like, again, it's like that integration aspect, right? There's one news channel to Romansh, but no other media. That also plays a big one, right? What kind of media intake are you taking? What language is it in, right? That's huge. Huge. Okay, another charge house. Battle room. I think I have one of those already. But yeah. It's like, god damn it. Anytime I get turned to stone like that, I'm just saying fuck it. I don't care. It's too much of a pain in the ass to deal with. Get out of here. Ooh. But yeah, it's like, here's the funny thing though, right? Like, when people become adults, they always say, I wish I could learn another language, right? Adults love learning other languages. When you have the privilege to do so, adults love learning languages. Yeah, Duolingo is only going to get you so far, generally speaking, but it helps, I guess. But by the same token, it's like, gotta get them when they're young, right? You gotta get them when they're young. And at that point, when they're young, it comes down to what's in your school systems and all that stuff, right? And what you have access to. Media-wise, culturally, your friends, all that stuff. It all matters very heavily. Also, fun fact, Swiss German, even though it's its own language, as in Germans barely understand anything, isn't an official language. It doesn't even have grammar. What? And every dialect is written differently. It's written very phonetic. Oh, Chinese languages are very similar in that way, lady. Obviously, the two big ones are Cantonese and Mandarin. But when you look at the dialects in China, oh, it's like, it's just as varied as like accents, right? Regional accents in the same way. But the differences are much more than just what's vocalized, for sure, right? It's very much its own dialect, and the regionalities of those things absolutely matter, right? In terms of like how phonetic are they, how their grammar structure works. And it's like, it's not just slang, right? It's like, it's much, much more specific, for sure. I can imagine it's, you know, very similar to a lot of the dialects of China in that way, from what you're describing. Which is cool. Which is cool. You know, if I had a deeper ties to that part of my history, I would love to, you know, explore more of that. Also, where am I going? I think I would go up. Let's go up. Nope. That's, well, got a holy bottle at least. Which I should probably use another one. Nope, there's nothing over there. It always says a language like that. One phrase means something to one dialect, but to another, it's just a normal sentence without another meaning. Yeah. Yeah. There's so many regional dialects in China. It is hilarious. It's like, yeah, fuck up that tree. Good lord. Example, in my dialect, Basil, the girl, is E-S... S... I'm ruining these pronunciations, lady, so I apologize. I can't. I can't. I'll just read it as is. And the Bern dialect, it's another thing. That is significantly different. But, lady, here's the interesting thing, right? It's like, obviously, it's like, because you're chatting in my chat, it's like, are there different character, like, different... Do they all use, like, the Latin alphabet like this? Or do they actually have, like, other characters and stuff like that, right? So, like, it's almost like, you know, that in itself can be very complicated for the literal signage, not just signage, like the literal characters that you can use to communicate with people, right? Like, it's the exact same thing when it comes to Chinese languages, except imagine how much more complicated that is on a keyboard. You know, I don't know how to use a Chinese keyboard. I have no idea how a Chinese keyboard works. I've never used one in my entire life. But I'm sure it is. I don't know. I have no idea. You know, writing Chinese characters on their own is already very daunting to me. But, you know, I haven't done that my entire life, so of course I would say that, right? I always think back of there's like this, y'all remember that James Bond movie, Tomorrow Never Dies, right? It's the one with Michelle Yeoh in it. There's a very particular scene in that movie where it's like a fight breaks out in like Michelle Yeoh's like little hideout base, right? And then James Bond approaches like a keyboard. Or no, it's like, yeah, they like need to look up some info or something. And James Bond is like, don't worry, I got it. And Michelle Yeoh's in the back just laughing at him, looking with a smirk on her face. And he looks at the keyboard, it's a Chinese keyboard, and he's like utterly confounded by it. And then he turns back to her, he's like, maybe I'll let you handle this one. Like, that's how I feel the exact same way about Chinese keyboards, right? And I'm Chinese, so it's fine. It's fine, right? But also at the same time, like living in Canada as well, we have a Canadian style keyboard, which you know, it will have like all the E's with the accents and stuff on it, you know? Which it like makes sense. Makes sense. But I don't want a keyboard like that. When I get a oh, get out of here. Snake man. God. When I get a keyboard, I need to be like the US layout, right? This is what I've always used. It just totally depends, right? God, please don't turn this down. You have the French letters too, but they're rarely used at all. Yeah, lady, like that makes sense, but then it's like where the E with that like an accent on it would be like, I need that to be an apostrophe, please. Please. Let's try this way. Up? This looks like where we're supposed to go. Okay. Let's double check this here on the left. Great. Hourglass. What's that do? Use this to stop enemies. Oh, okay. I had these before. That's fine. Search. Holy bottle really quick. How many of those do I have left? 12? Alright, we're fine. I have a quartz keyboard. Wait, what? Why would the Z, not a Z, why would the Z be there? That's nuts. Lady, what? Also, it kind of says a lot of European places have a AZERTY keyboard, which is already... What? Can't even fathom that. I can't even fathom that. That would ruin my brain. Just Z and Y are switched. Otherwise, almost identical to the English keyboard, except for the ones with the umlauts. Lady, that is wild. But also, it's like, that makes sense if, like, you know, your particular language is in... that you're typing all the time. Like, you need a Z. Yes, Harbour, I said it. You need a Z to be more apparent, or more commonly than a Y, I guess. Right? Yeah, that just makes sense. Hardcore way. I'm gonna put a save state down. I get the feeling something big is about to happen. Oh, it's a charge chest. Heavy stone? Wait, is this? Makes you immune to the effects of tractor beam. I had one of these already. Guess maybe I was not supposed to come this... Oh. Just don't do the petrify thing on me, please. Okay, that's good. Yeah, fuck them up. Never ask a European their Quake keyboard bindings. It's count. I was just about to ask this. I was just about to ask this. Like, WASD would still be okay, but if your A is not where the A would be on a AZERTY keyboard, I don't know what letter is there instead. Thanks, Harbour Boy. Getting right to the point. I am super lost. I've been too busy talking about all this language stuff to think about my headings in this game. Which is fine. I'm enjoying the conversation. So. It's trees out of here though. God. There we go. We left the EU, but I used the arrow keys and numpad. I mean, it's Kaon. That's what we used to do before WASD became a thing, right? You're not the only person I know that has said that, for sure. Did I go this way already? I think I did. Maybe? Maybe not? I don't want to run into you guys anymore. Fuck! Okay. It's funny, I was thinking about old PC games again today, as I am wont to do. And I was thinking about how, like... I was thinking... Oh, thank you. Later, here or there. $10! Thank you so much for the very kind gifting a sub to When It's Can. Oh, I learned a Fairy Slam. That's fun. What was I saying? I was thinking about old PC games and like old keyboard layouts for like how I would play like old first-person shooters and stuff, you know? I was thinking about how like the big way to play like Doom or something was to use like the arrow keys for walking forward and back and turning left and right. And if you want to strafe, you would hold on to the Alt key as a modifier to go left or right, you know? times were different back then, you know? And if you wanted to shoot, you'd press Control on your keyboard, right? And if I wanted to use, you would press the space bar. So it's almost like you're using like the entire bottom of your keyboard in a way, right? Yeah, that's also what I grew up on as Kaon, right? Until mouse control, or mouse look, sorry, became more of a thing, right? Because, you know, back then, it's all you had. Not only was it all you had, it's like, not every game could support mouse look because you didn't have enough memory to load up a mouse driver or something like this, right? Like, lady here or there probably has no idea what we're talking about. Like, a game that didn't let you use a mouse? What are you talking about? On a computer? It's because, yeah, it's like, back then, computers were so low on memory, sometimes you just couldn't load up using a mouse in it, right? Come on. Also, yeah, if you're a lefty, that would probably definitely play a part in that as well, right? Hey, I played Quap before. Okay. Computers were also bad then. Yeah, kinda. Kinda. Oh my god. Get out of here. Phone's blowing up. What's happening? Okay, it's fine. Never mind. Russ, we're outnumbered. What do you mean we're outnumbered? Oh, the lefties to the righties? I'm also right-handed for what it's worth, so... Oh, I have been this way. Should I just check a guide? I feel like I'm ready to check a guide. Hold on. Save point here if you go blah blah blah. Forest. I think we're in the Treant Forest right now. Your goal is in the lower right area. Okay. You don't see bushwaves or dragonflies along the way. Chances are you took a wrong turn. I just remembered Rambard said that. That's a good point. Okay, so let's go back to, not the start, but somewhere close to the start. Oh, there they are. Okay. Yeah, guitar is a little weird, right? It's Kaon, because it's like, I know they call them left-hand guitars and right-hand guitars, but it's like, some people just have preferences when it comes to that stuff. When it's like, hey, which hand do I want to do the fretting or not, right? That's normal. That's absolutely normal. Okay, I should probably double check my health. Presses. Health is looking a little low. Oops. Let's use some of these apple gummies. Right. Is it this way? Okay. Wait, or is this the way we came? I think this might be the way we came. Fuck! Get this snake man out of here. Maybe I should be running from these battles, you know? Ow. Ow! I'm right-handed, but I twirl a ballad song with my left. I'll tease that is a very specific thing to say. this is a start. All right. Let's do a hard save here. Let me double check my guide really quick. Okay. Seeing a lot of up into the right. Okay, so let's try to head in that direction. Which should be more conducive than what I'm doing. But can I go upwards and to the right? I guess it will depend. I guess I went a lot to the left before. God, it interrupted me again. I play piano. I wish. I mean, I play drums off. Oh. Yeah, it's like, here's the thing with piano. It's like, I think it's so funny because it's like, it requires you to use both hands, obviously, right? But it's like, something about it, like playing piano, it feels like it's like almost like completely neutral to it, right? You kind of just have to get good at using both hands to do it, you know, kind of the same thing. I say this as someone who doesn't play piano. I definitely... What are you saying? Simply get good. I guess I did say that, didn't I? Oops, hold on. Yeah, generally the left is playing the bass notes and the right is the lead. Yeah. Okay, I think this is going the right way. Oh, Jesus. I think the other thing too about playing piano that I never really got good at, it was like I never had the I never had the instruction for the actual musical theory part, which for piano seems like the way to do it, right? It's like if you're learning to play piano, you kind of have to get good at the musical theory part. At least in my head, it does. I don't know if that's actually true or not. It seems like it would be true, kind of by function of the musical instrument. Depends on what you're looking to do. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, like whereas like playing guitar, a little different, right? It's like a scale on a fretboard is obviously significantly different than what a piano has in terms of its layout, right? If you just want to play out of a fake book, then yeah, musical theory and arrangement stuff helps. Yeah. That's exactly what I was thinking. If I was to, you know, get really hardcore into learning musical theory, I would probably learn how to play piano. But I had to go a ways about it. Let's do this. Bottle. Oh, we have a second one. Okay, sure. What would I use this on? It's not a bad idea to put one on me. I think I was saving some of these for Arsh. Let's not use those right now. Wait, not that way. Armlet. It's an armlet. Increases the amount of time one is rendered unconscious by half. Oh, is that like when I get like stunned? That must be it, right? kind of just want to find the goal here. And then if I want to explore this later on my own time, I can do that, right? I've been spending a lot of time in this fucking forest, just kind of messing around non-stop. I kind of want to be done with it. This is saying my goal is in the lower right. Let's just try to follow that. So I'm going to turn back from where I am. Okay, well. Thief's Mantle? What does that do? Let me run away. Pretty good. I'm not pro deforestation. I did not say this. Our boy. Let's get out of here. Well. You know what? If you're killing these things anyways, I might as well get this last one. Look, these oak roots are not the same, our boy, okay? Also, Clarth. TP looking a little low. Might need to have him chill out for a bit. I have an item that actually can help, right? No, not those. There we go. Orange gummy. That should be fine. Just leave. Just leave. Just leave. I don't want to get turned to stone anymore. I want to be done with it. Don't hit Mint! Come on! Oh my god, come on! Well, at this rate, I just might as well kill this guy, right? it's like... Jeez. I guess that's why you wear those items that let you run away faster, right? Which I could throw on right now. I really, really wanted. Where are those holy bottles at? There we go. Guess I need to go back up, I guess. Oh my god! Ah, more of these snake eyes. Fucking get out of here. Five more seconds of this. RJ, I have 2 questions. Aselia. Yeah, by all means. What's your... Wow, okay. What's your all-time favorite game and why? Oh my god. Later here there. That is a loaded question, one might say. You know? No, it's not Adam saying for the Super Nintendo. Nor is it Super Godzilla. Okay? But he'll lie. Thanks, it's Kaon. My favorite game of all time. Here's RJ about his speedrun. No, it's not Stone Protectors. I'm sorry, Ganj. It's true. What would be your #1 advice for someone who's never streamed for? Is your second advice? Let me answer Sonic. Y'all are wilding out here with these answers. We are going the right direction. Okay. I'm going to put a save state down. I'm going to answer that second question first because it's the easier of the two for me. Okay. Later here or there. my advice for you, as someone who has never streamed before, first and foremost, do something that you would enjoy, right? Don't do things that you would not have a good time doing. I think a lot of people, and I'm saying this genuinely, I'm not saying this like my chat here who tells me play games like Addams Family and Super Godzilla. I'm taking the mask off for a brief moment. Obviously, I have fun doing that because I have fun with my chat, right? I'm very lucky to have a community with me that can go on me with these kind of rides, and I have a lot of fun doing it, right? I hate those games, legitimately, but it's fun to stream with my friends in my chat because they make it enjoyable, right? But yeah, lady, exactly, that's the point. Don't expect growth from streaming. It's not the point. It's absolutely not the point. People who do that have a much different intention to the purpose of their streaming, and I hate to say it, but you will get disappointed if it doesn't work the way you want it to work, right? So, ultimately speaking, streaming needs to be enjoyable for you, and only you. I love my chat, of course, for the reasons I just said before, right? And many other reasons. But you have to do something that you enjoy first, and then hopefully through the passion that you show that you want to share with people, it's what's going to attract people to you, right? Ultimately speaking, that's going to be more enjoyable than doing something that you don't want to do because you won't enjoy it, and other people will be able to notice that, right? And when people notice that, that's what's going to turn them off and make them walk away. Then you're not doing either the hustle or the having fun or whatever, right? So ultimately speaking, just do things that make you happy, right? That's all it needs to come down to. The rest of it will come in time, right? And if you don't care about the growth and stuff, which, you know, it's like, then what does it matter if you only have like a few people in your stream now and then? It's extremely common, right? So like, who cares? Now, is it going to be difficult to, say, find those people at the gate? Yeah. But lady, that's why it's like, you know, do with your friends, right? I know you're in a lot of similar adjacent communities, obviously, with people that I like to watch stream as well, lady, right? So like, that's the way to do it. Do it for those people that you care about in those circles and stuff, right? And then like, that's kind of the whole point. But the key of it all is like making sure that you're doing something that you want to do on that day when you stream. I would also say it's like, when you choose what you want to stream and stuff like that, right? It'll almost always go better when you have something to say about it, right? Lots of people can look at a playthrough here and there. It's like, for instance, when I do my Super Nintendo streams, right? I say this all the time, especially when I play a game that's like higher up on the list, right? Your Chrono Triggers, Legend of Zelda, Link to the Past, Super Mario World. As much as Kaon doesn't like this game, right? These are extremely popular video games for good reason. They're very good, right? They're very good. I could play these games for a very long time. Would I think it's interesting to watch, to play these very good video games? On the merit of them being good video games, yeah, maybe. But it's much more interesting if you actually have something to say about it. Unfortunately for me, when I play these very good video games, they are so goddamn popular that I don't have much else to add. Right? Is that because I don't love these games? No, not true, right? There's some of these games that I love more than others, but they may not be as good video games, for instance, right? Gundam Wing Endless Duel, perhaps. My general feelings on the Street Fighter franchise, stuff like this, right? So my advice, again, like I said, is like, it's much cooler when you can like have something you like to say about the thing that you're doing, right? That makes for more interesting streams. My personal experience, right? People like seeing your passion come through about something. And if, don't get me wrong, if you have a lot to say about Super Mario World, or you have a lot to say about Chrono Trigger or Link to the Past, then just share it, right? Then share that passion with the people, and the people will come, right? Lady has a good base to start from being in a lot of other cool streams. Yeah, that sounds great, right? That sounds great. Just gonna stream my hobbies, those being cosplay, making, and miniature paint. Oh, that's fantastic, lady. That sounds like a great place to start, right? And also, like, sounds like a great place for like, you know, the people who want to get to know you better, or like want to share those passions with you. Like, obviously, they are very, very cool passions. And like, here's everything too, right? Everyone I know that is into cosplay and like making costumes and stuff, everyone I know that is into painting miniatures, ain't nobody doing that without actually having a lot of passion for it, right? I don't know anyone who is like doing cosplay and just kind of be like, it's fine. Yeah, I guess I do it. Whatever. Or like someone who's like getting really into painting Warhammer miniatures and stuff, or maybe not Warhammer, it could be whatever franchise you prefer, right? No one does that stuff and just be like, eh. They're sickos! Lady, yes, I'm calling you a sicko in a very complimentary way, right? These people are sickos in the best way, right? In the most wonderful way. Yeah, nobody's casually into Gunpla, you know? Ain't nobody casual about this stuff. We're sickos. And show your sicko flag. That is the whole point. That is literally the whole point. It just so happens for me, I'm a sicko for Super Nintendo games. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah, there you go. There you go. Absolute point of it is to be a sicko, and you want to fry. Showing my Chinese accent or something. Fly that freak flag. That is literally the point, right? And then other people who are also freaks for these many different hobbies that you want to share will be like, hey, I am also a sicko. Let's be sickos together. I will watch you stream, right? That's the whole point. That is literally the whole point. Whether that means being a sicko for D&D, whether that means being a sicko for Super Nintendo games, whether that means being a sicko for Gundam, cooking in my case, or food things, cocktail, weird ass philosophy books, right? You name it. You name it. Bass guitar, right? That's the whole point. That is literally the whole point. You'll be fine. You'll be fine, right? My advice, you already got it. You already know. You already know. I have nothing else to offer other than learn how to use OBS, I guess. You know? Learn how to do OBS. If I had to make a recommendation, right? At the start, if you need to, obviously, like, use a template, right? But don't be afraid to mess around with it, right? I think one of the biggest... This is much more a me thing. Me personally, okay? Me personally. I don't like streaming templates for people's OBS layouts, or maybe it's not OBS, maybe you're using like Streamlabs, whatever it is, right? I don't love templates. I think you have an opportunity to creatively express yourself in your layout, take advantage of that, right? To show, kind of show your own side of things. It can be very hard to do that if you don't have that kind of creativity to you or something like that, right? It can be very hard. Understandably, not everyone has that kind of stuff. This stuff that I've created, some of it is templated, right? Like my chat, for instance, absolutely templated. This is templated. I want to replace this as soon as possible, though. But it at least looks the part, right? Everything else you see, aside from this scrolling background, which, you know, was taken from Tokimeki Memorial because it's a video game I love and I did a stream on, right? That's why that's there. It's because it shows a piece of me, right? I've been using this VCR font long enough where I feel like that has become part of my quote-unquote brand, my identity. I enjoy it, right? It's a retro-like feel, right? Me having this play button VHS overlay out here, especially when I do my streams, right? I think that stuff is fun, and it's also like in all my stuff, right? Was this stuff creative? No, I just took a GIF and I overlaid it because I learned how to use OBS, right? What I'm saying here is like, you know, out the gate, just to get started, there's nothing wrong with using templates and stuff like that, for sure. But at the same time, I think it's really cool to do something to make some, like when you have an opportunity to do something of your own, right? And do it, right? If that also means, yeah, lady, like asking an artist friend that you really like their art and stuff to do some stuff for you, you know, and can pay them or something like that as well, that's cool too, right? It's like definitely support artists with this stuff, but have it be someone whose art that you care about, right? When you become a streamer, when I first started, you're going to get a lot of spam when it comes to a lot of this stuff. I think that's kind of cruddy because a lot of the art that a lot of people make, a lot of it's AI generated, right? But don't do that. Don't fall for that, right? Make sure it's an artist that's you like and is creating original stuff and is willing to maybe make something original for you, right? I did not contract an artist for any of my stuff because one, I can't afford it right now, right? I can't afford it. If I could, oh my god, I would love it, right? Especially for like this stuff. I mean, this stuff is like I can manage that on my own. But for things like emotes and stuff like that, there's so many people out there who want to like do that stuff for you. But a lot of that stuff is a lot of AI generated stuff that's not gonna give you a quality product, right? Also, like I said, like there's so many creatives out there trying to like that just want to do something cool for you, right? In an original way. It's like go find them if you don't already have those people in your communities and stuff like that already, right? It's like a lot of like, you'd be very surprised. It's not that hard to track down to hire a creative artist that actually does their own stuff, right? Do something cool for you. Again, just if you can afford it, then pay for that, right? Because I think supporting artists in that way is very important. I can't afford it. That's my problem, right? But it's also like knowing how that fits into the things that you want to do, right? For how getting things to look the way you want it to look. And that's it's a different calculus at that point, right? Because if you have cool ideas, just kind of gotta look at it and like, hey, how do I want to make this fly, right? So, for me, it's like a lot of visual art is not necessarily what I need in my streams, right? Like a lot of this video game stuff that I do and stuff, it's like I can reuse a lot of art assets myself, so, and that's fine. If I was to like grow bigger, grow my channel or something, I would love to, but I need to find more opportunities to do stuff like that, right? So It's fine. That's all I have to say about that. My favorite game of all time. Gosh, like, no, it's not that. It's Kaon. Yeah, you're welcome, lady. By all means. By all means. Right? Oh, lady. Actually, the last thing that I'll say before I go further, it's like, make a very conscious decision if you want to show your face or not. Right? I made the decision at the gate that I would. Not everyone has that as a privilege, right? I will not. Yeah, absolutely. Right? In those cases, you know, absolutely feel free to become familiar with PNG Tuber or something. Very popular for obviously creating your digital avatar and whatnot, right? Absolutely, lady. And that is absolutely your own choice and your own discretion. I absolutely respect that, right? I also know, obviously, there are privileges to gender around that as well, right? So it's like, absolutely, by all means. So yeah, you got a PNG tuber already. There you go. Again, a perfect example of how to incorporate artistic freedom to your expression, right? There you go. There you go. I'm going to stream with no face, but a banging bot on it. Gosh, I can't stop you. But Toppling's like, I for one was born without a face. Well, by all means. I don't mind it because obviously I have the privilege to do so, right? And I'm okay with it. It took me a long time to get comfortable with it. Don't get me wrong, right? I kind of threw myself into the fire with that, but you know, here we are. My favorite game of all time. Jeez, look, it's a moving target, right? It's a moving target. If I had to, like, there's so many qualifiers to go around. Is it my favorite game of all time right now? Is it my favorite game of all time in a certain genre? Is it my favorite game of all time in how much I go back to it? Why do I go back to it? Lady, it took me so long to put together this list of Super Nintendo games. Can you imagine how much I had to, like, remove all sense of just being Super Nintendo games to, like, every video game ever created? Incredibly hard, right? I'll tell you this right now. I think the first one that came to my head, yeah, it's Kaon. That's what I was exactly going to say. First game that came to my head, it's Sekiro. It's Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. That's my favorite game of all time. It is pretty much one of the first games I started streaming for exactly this reason, right? It's like, to me, Sekiro is my favorite game of all time, and I can make an offense as to why I think it's one of the best video games of all time, even on top of that, at a philosophical level and blah, 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 right? Never played it? Lady, I know these games are not for everyone, but I think everyone should at least try. There's nothing wrong with trying, right? But it also depends on your feelings around Souls games, blah, 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 at that point. But for me, it's like, I think you can enjoy Sekiro and not be like an Elden Ring person or a Dark Souls person. I am not a Dark Souls person, right? As much as I love Elden Ring, Night Rain, I have an ungodly number of hours in this game now, blah, 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 right? I still don't call myself a Souls person in that way, right? Like, I don't even really enjoy a lot of Souls likes, right? I played some of them, but I don't, like, reach out for them. I've never even played Hollow Knight, right? Like, let's put it this way. But Sekiro is special to me. I have a little bit of experience with the games that came before Sekiro, if you want to talk about, like, you know, Tenchu and all this, right? I almost forgot the name of the franchise. But, like, Sekiro to me is the perfect video game. For me, right? It's an easy, like, 10 out of 10, 5 out of 5, whatever you want to call it, right? It's like there's a perfection to Sekiro that speaks exactly to the things that I like about video games, which for me is the fighting, the combat, right? People don't like parries in some ways. Sekiro is a game that is not about parries, okay? That sounds fucking whack. The parry is incredibly important to Sekiro. Don't get me wrong, right? Don't get me wrong. But to me, the point of reason why I love Sekiro is not because of the parry. It's what the parry does to communicate language. That language is how that video game talks its mechanics to you. Parry is one of those mechanics, but it's not ultimately the only thing that's important to it, right? There's so much more. It's like me trying to talk about why I think combat, not just like combat in video games, but like why fighting is important in as like a concept, right? Sekiro gets it better than any other video game I've ever played, right? It's like when I think about the other game that comes close to this conversation that I'm having for very similar reasons, I think a lot about Street Fighter 2. Okay. Obviously another fighting game. Because to me, Sekiro is like a single player fighting game. To me. Right? Like, yeah, tell that to your lightning dad. It's not my dad. Grandpa is someone else's dad. Self-focus. Someone else's grandpa, even. Okay. I don't even want to rehash the history of Sekiro and Sword Jesus of Japan and all this stuff, right? Harboy, I see your comment here. He downplayed that so much he will come out of the blue and just go beat a boss in Night Rain solo easy, and then go off and about tech on how he did it. Yeah, I'm not downplaying that. I love Night Rain for the same reasons I love Sekiro, because that game feels like a fighting game to me, right? But fighting game mechanics, and not just the mechanics in terms of like, oh, this is when you gotta dodge, this is when you gotta roll through an attack and frame data, all this. No. Let's back things up, okay? When I talk about combat, I talk about the feeling. There's like an innate fight or flight feeling that you interact with, right? Oh, we are going down the rabbit hole today, friends. When I think about okay, I've been in a fight in real life before, right? I'm not going to assume everyone in my chat has, okay? I've been in a fight in real life because I used to do martial arts, but even before that, I've been in a fight. I would say most people have at least been in an argument before, but if you've never been in an actual like fist fight, having fisticuffs or like something like this, like, I don't recommend it. It's bad. It's bad time. No one's going to come out good on this, right? But even in a controlled situation where I was doing martial arts, right? There is something instinctual to it. That is very gamified in a way. Okay. Let me go down this road with you. So, in a controlled situation where you're studying martial arts and stuff, right? Like, yes, oh, lady, it's totally fine. It's totally fine. When you're learning how to do martial arts and stuff, it's like you're learning techniques, right? You're learning probably some, physical education is applied to that, right? You're, doing workouts, you're, practicing and stuff and whatever, right? I think people generally know what a martial arts school looks like. Discipline, sure, right? When you get in a fight, even in a martial arts school, right? It's like a lot of that can go out the door, right? But you're learning in a very specific way to execute very certain things under a confined in a confined environment, right? And yes, what people are talking about in my chat, like with mental release and stuff, yeah, it's good for you and stuff as well, right? Again, physical education. When you face off against someone else or multiple people, you're taught to do so. It's like a dance, right? There's a specific dance to it. And a lot of it, especially in the martial arts that I particularly learned, this dance is very much about, it's going to sound ridiculous, about reacting to what's in front of you, right? Much like in a Sekiro. Now, am I thinking in my head as I'm literally sparring an opponent, when do I press the RB button to parry or something? It's like, no, it's obviously a lot more complicated than that, right? There's much more situational stuff. You're not playing a video game. But when I'm thinking about like, okay, my opponent is going to throw a punch at me, I'm like, okay, where are they throwing that punch? Are they actually throwing a punch, or are they acting like they're going to throw a punch so they can throw a kick at me? How far away are they from me? How fast are they? How big are they? Right? You're doing a lot of calculus in your head very, very quickly. Right? Am I waiting for their fist to glow red so I know when to dodge? You know? Or do I need to jump? Right? It's like, it's none of that. But in other specific ways, yes. Right? Are they throwing this punch straight at me? Are they doing in a hook so it has to come in around? Are they throwing an uppercut? Are they throwing a kick straight at me? Are they throwing a kick from the side? All these things, right? Are they faking it left or right? Who knows? Are they standing with the right stance or the right shoulder leaning towards me? Are they going with the left? Are they stepping through? Are they running at me? Are they stepping backwards? There's a lot of factors, right? So without getting into a giant like decision-making tree to say like, when someone does X, you should do Y, and then blah, blah, blah. It's impossible to track because again, these micro decisions are happening so quickly. You just have to be able to react, right? Ultimately speaking. That feeling is incredibly hard to come off in a video game versus especially a computer-controlled enemy, you know? Because like when I look at a video game, not everyone will do this. I look at a video game, I'm like looking for patterns, right? That pattern recognition of like, oh, that enemy throws a projectile in an arc. So I know I can probably get under it before it comes down. Or I know when I should decide I should back up and let that thing fall first. Like you look at a Hammer Brother. Oh, this is a great example, actually. Hold on. Let's rephrase this conversation. The first time you run into a Hammer Brother in Super Mario Brothers, okay? An incredibly deadly opponent. One of the most terrifying enemies a 5-year-old can run into playing Super Mario Brothers for the first time. There's so many hammers. Usually the Hammer Brother is jumping up and down a lot and making some of those hammers go far, some of them come shorter, you know? And you're like, when do I run in here? What do I do? Right? It's the exact same feeling. It's the exact same feeling. Okay? In a fight. It's the exact same feeling. In a controlled environment. To me, they're called Hammer Brothers? Yeah, lady. It's like, you know what I'm talking about. Hammer Brothers, right? You know? Super Mario Bros. Hammer Brother. Yeah, these guys, right? Hammer Bro, literally. Oh my god, here, right? Literally one of the scariest things you can run into in a Mario game, right? Motherfucking hammers, right? So, or the Smash Bros. I don't think it's chaos. What I'm saying is like Sekiro is a game that was designed obviously with an AI that is really good at making their combat patterns seem human, which is why I love it so much, right? Yes, people have gotten so good at Sekiro where they know how to exploit the AI, you know, like if you watch speedruns and stuff, right? It's like, oh, if you make sure you like take the focus off, blah, 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 or something, right? It's like you can, or like make sure you turn your back to the enemy a certain way, you can exploit it. And so enemy will always do the same pattern, blah, 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 at you, right? If you don't play it that way, you play it like a normal person, those opponents do things that feel almost human in terms of the way they react, the way they attack you, the way they intimidate you, right? Yeah, sure, hide behind a pillar and throw fire. Yeah. Look, what I'm saying is I think Sekiro gets it right when it comes to that combat feel, and not feel in terms of just like how good does it control. It's making you feel like you're in a fight, right? It does a really good job at that. That tension that you feel, like I said, the first time you ran into like Hammer Bro in a Super Mario Brothers game, feels that way every time you run into a new enemy in Sekiro. It is stressful. It is not for everyone per se to have that much stress in a video game, and requires a level of attention that few games ask for, in my opinion. But you can apply that generously to a lot of these kinds of Souls games. But I think, in my opinion, Sekiro gets that the best, right? The next best thing for me, in my opinion, is playing a game of Street Fighter with someone who's about your level, right? About your level. It's like, feels like a real fight. You're, you know, I think here's the other thing too. It's like, are you just kind of like running up there and like mashing on the buttons because you don't play a lot of Street Fighter, or you don't play a lot of fighting games or something like that? Then yeah, you are not going to have the same experience that I'm having, obviously, as someone that has played Street Fighter for a very long time, or has played a lot of fighting games for a long time. You know, again, fighting games are not for everyone either, right? I think you can get a similar feeling out of, you know, if there's a particular like sport game, if you like are really good at like Madden or something, or FIFA, right? And you're playing against someone who's really also good at FIFA, right? It could be Rocket League, for God's sakes, if you're really good at one of these things. I feel like these are also things that you can like find the same feeling out of, or like there's very similar adjacency, even if it's a different video game. A completely different video game in a lot of cases, right? It's gonna send me into a lore rabbit hole, like when I learned the moms. Lady, do you mean bombs? Yes, I think you mean bombs. That's just a type of bomb. Like bombs. It's like a bomb. Moms. It's fine. Called bob-ombs and Bullet Bill. I started researching lore and anatomy. If they're sentient or constructs or stuff like that. It was a whole thing. Yeah, look. Even I don't know. I know what they're called, but it's like, I don't want to know if a bullet bill has like flesh. I don't know if I'm ready for this, lady. That's what I'm saying. I see your typo in there now. The pink bombs are called moms. No, they're not. Get out of here with that, Duff Hocus. That's not true. No way. Let me see the rest here. Armor says Devil May Cry 3, 4, and 5 for me. Those are great games. Those are great games. You know? I would hypothetically say it's like, I love fighting games, obviously. But like, a lot of these games I talk about are very competitive, right? Like fighting games, naturally very competitive, right? Rocket League, sure. I'm not even a Rocket League person. I don't love Rocket League, obviously, in the same ways, but I can respect it for being a very good video game. But I like that out of my video games. That's why I like it that way, right? Sekiro is obviously not a competitive video game, but it feels like one. It's very finely crafted to feel like one, in my opinion. And it can do a lot of really cool stuff out of it that way. Anyways, that was a very long conversation. But if I had to like say I don't know. Again, if I had like guardrails for that conversation, right? Like, what's your favorite video game that's like in a specific genre? What's your favorite video game in a certain time period, in a cohort? What's your favorite video game, you know, with more guardrails to guide a conversation? I could be much more exacting about it. When I think about like my favorite games of all time, I'm like, it probably has something to do with combat in a very specific way. In this case, the first thing that came to my brain was Sekiro, right? Or Street Fighter 2. Right? Ooh, I love Street Fighter 2 a lot. That's a nostalgia pick though, right? Like, there are better fighting games than Street Fighter 2. Absolutely. On the Super Nintendo? I mean, I sure do like that Gundam game a lot, don't I? But it's not ranked higher because I can respect that it's not. Right? Street Fighter 2 is a better video game. Street Fighter 2 Turbo is even better, but anyways. What's your favorite platforming video game with minimal pinball elements including a blueprint? I'm not going to dignify this answer, oh boy, but thank you for asking. Yes, that Gundam game rules, though. It does super, super hard. It goes so hard. The sound, right? The Gundams, the way they move, the way they're heavy, the way they shoot, the way the mechanics work with combos. It's a chef kiss. Oh, that Fonk, I thought you were asking, what do you think of the anime? Like the Street Fighter 2 animated movie? The one where Chun-Li gets naked? Anime's okay. When you're a teenager, you're like, whoa. The Sekiro trailer seems good. Seems fine. I have very particular feelings about that Sekiro trailer. I think the lore of Sekiro is pretty half decent on its own, but I don't think it's going to convey why Sekiro is incredible. That's what I'll say. Right? Sekiro, to me, is incredible for literally what I just said for the past however long it's been. Right? It's like that you can't get that to come off in anime in that way. You have to experience and play that for yourself. Right? It can, you know, don't get me wrong, there'll probably be like very cool sword battles and blah 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 in Sekiro, but it's just going to look like Japanese sword swinging action. It's not going to show how cool a parry feels in Sekiro. I'm sure there will be a lot of parrying in that Sekiro anime, but it's not going to be able to show off how cool it is to feel when you're landing those parries in the exact moment you need to, right? What if the parrying, it has forced buffer moments? What? Like the show just stutters, like the connection is down. Look, Fonk, if what you're saying is there's going to be a lot of bullet time in that show, I guarantee there will be, right? It's not going to let a headless ape throw poop at you. Maybe. Self-focus. Who could say? It's too early to say. They will probably put that in. I'd be glad if they did. But also, that thing looks very dead-ass serious, right? So, I don't care. I'll watch it because I love Sekiro, obviously, right? But it's like, it's not going to live up to the medium in the way that the way that I feel about Sekiro, obviously. But let me rephrase that. I've clearly compartmentalized them as two different things, right? So I don't have expectations of the Sekiro anime to be as good as the video game for me. Like, no, I'm not a maniac, right? The game is the game. Anime can be the anime. Whatever it wants to do is fine by me. As someone who enjoys Sekiro, by all means. But I also don't have the expectation for it because it's a different medium, right? So, That's fine. Let's go back to the video game, shall we? I don't know how long. Wow, it's 10 p.m., huh? Ooh. All right, I'll take one more question, lady. It's fine. I have another question I'd be curious about. Which game that you had a high opinion of was the biggest letdown when you first came back to it after some time? It's a good question. I don't know if I have a good answer for that. From Mission 3 is probably up there, yeah. Actually, yeah, that's a really good answer. Harbo Boy, actually, now that I think of it. Maybe I wasn't thinking that out the gate, Harbo Boy, because it's like, I knew I never finished that game, right? I did not get very far in that game when I first initially played it, so did I ever have a quote-unquote complete opinion of my own on that game? Not really. I'm also trying to think further beyond the Super Nintendo list, but it's K-On! Yeah, you're probably right on that as well. You know, I still respect Lemmings a lot more than my actual enjoyment of it, but that's not the real question, right? Like, later here, there, you're asking very specifically. It's like I had a high opinion of it, right? Those are two separate things. Of like my opinion, me having a high opinion of something doesn't mean it's like the most fun, right? Always, those can be two separate conversations, even as a child, right? Because yeah, it's like, you know, like I have a high opinion of, like, say, Super Mario Brothers 1, but I don't go back to play it that often because I don't care that much to do it. So does that make it a letdown because I don't find it as fun as I did when I was a 5-year-old? No, obviously not, right? Obviously not. I'm not gonna need sleep. Hello. Yeah, you gotta flirt. By all means. By all means. I think Super Mario World still holds up. Fonny's on ad break. That's fine. Probably Sonic Spinball says, I'll hold on to that opinion for a bit. That's okay. That's a really hard question, lady. I think here's the other thing. Here's what I'll say to that. If it's not Front Mission 3, right, which I played this year and finished finally. Again, like I said, I never played that game to completion, but at the time, back then when I did play it, I had a fairly high opinion of it, for sure. So really, that's probably my best answer in the spirit of things, right? But I would also note that the way I think about video games now is much different than when I played that game originally, right? On the PlayStation 1 when I was a teenager, right? Which is normal for a lot of people. You develop criticism skills and critical thinking skills, blah, blah, blah. But I think I don't get let down by games unless they, you know, literally, like, for something I've played already, I guess. If I was to be let down by a game, it's usually by the first time I play it, right? I'm not saying it's like, oh, because my opinion is so good. It's like, no. Don't get it twisted, right? What I'm getting at is like, I don't. If I get let down by a game because I'm like, oh, this is really bad, right? That's going to happen the first time I play it, right? And as I get older, I think I get better about selecting what I want to play, right? Because one, you know, you have more money when you become older and stuff, or it's your own money, ideally, right? So like, I don't feel bad when I play games that I get, because I try to spend my time or my money on games that I don't like, right? Things that I know I won't enjoy. When I was a child, that's a much different calculus if you're like gifted a game or you only have so many games that you can play. But even then, right, we all had this experience growing up when, again, we're not spending our own money, we're getting gifts from our parents, you name it. Video game renting was a thing. It's not anymore, unfortunately, blah, 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 right? But it's like, we've all had our bad video games when we were growing up. And those are games that, not every time, I'm going to say, but at least I'll say for me, 99% of the time, they were games that I was like, that's all I got. So I'm going to play the shit out of them, right? And I'm going to develop a nostalgic love for it. Now, crucially, does that mean it's a good or bad game? It can still be either one. I have lots of games on this list for the Super Nintendo that I played the hell out of growing up and was absolutely let down by them. But it's all I had. Are they still bad games? Absolutely. But I love them still, right? But I love them still, right? Case in point, American Gladiators. Sure, that could be one of them. I had this game growing up. This game is terrible. This game is complete doo-doo. But I loved it because it's what I had, right? And I know how to play this game inside out because of it, right? But I had a copy, right? For some people that might be Zool. It's Kaon will probably say, you know, Adam's Family was that, right? I'm sure someone on this earth will say Time Cop is that, as much as I hate this game. We could, you know, obviously extend that beyond the Super Nintendo, right? Retro Chris has so many games on this list that has been recommended to me very kindly through a tip donation. Thank you so much, Retro Chris, obviously. Where Retro Chris is like, I love this game. I have so many memories of playing this game when I was a child, with friends, you name it, all the best experiences. But they weren't mine, right? So I played that game for the first time and I'm like, what is this? Right? And I'm like, what is this? Yes, Funk, perfect example. Funk loves those Wonder Boy games. I didn't play any of them growing up. So I don't have that connection to them. I don't have the specific situation to fall in love with those games, right? So when I see them nowadays, I'm just like, why would I play this when I have all these other things to play instead? Right? It does nothing for me. And that's not me trashing the game, right? That's me saying these games are special to you because they were special to you for exactly you, right? That's all that is. That's all that is. And for me, it's like, would I ever be let down by a game as a result? No, because I'm not in a situation where I'm frequently put in a situation to be let down by a game. That's the answer to that, right? So, Sonic Spinball is the perfect example of that, right? Sonic Spinball is the perfect example. I did not have a Sega Genesis growing up. I did not. That said, I don't enjoy Sonic the Hedgehog games at all, right? I made this very clear. I never had a Sonic growing up. I had many other video games. Better video games. I had no interest to play Sonic video games. I don't like the way they feel. I don't like the way they control, right? It's not for me. Sonic Spinball plays completely differently. Some might say worse. Many would say worse, right? But to me, they all feel bad. But I sure like pinball. And in this one, it's got the pinball. And so, of course I'm going to like it. Right? Of course I'm going to be weird and say, This controls the same to me as it does in any other Sonic game. Because I don't play those games. Our boy's like, I gotta leave. I gotta leave. Of course I think all those games feel the same to me. I didn't have a Sega Genesis growing up. I have no interest in playing Sonic games. Because I don't like the mascot. I think they look incredible. Those games all look incredible. They sound incredible. Maybe some better than others. But of course I don't know the difference. I didn't grow up with those games. If you want to, you know. The difference is, you want me to explain every single difference between Street Fighter game? I can do that. Because that's what I played growing up. Right? Or Mario games, which a lot of people have played. I mean, a lot of people play Sonic games with Street Fighter, but, you know. Russ, what about Shinobi? Funk. Funk, I know it's very late for you, so thank you very much for still being here, but I actually was going to play some Shinobi tonight. In fact, I might play some Shinobi tomorrow, so we can talk more about Shinobi a little bit later. It's very early. Funk, it is not early for you. I guess at a relative scale, what you think early is for you can be different, so I'll say that much. That's fine. It's 3:30. Technically speaking, very early. Yeah, same for you, it's Kaon, right? I'm thinking about playing some Shinobi tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. Oh my god, lady. Y'all Europeans, you're incredible for sticking around. Thank you so much, is what I'll say. Right? Sicko Aselia! That I love dearly, so thank you very much. Right? Let's go back to Tales of Phantasia, try to wrap this up. But again, thank you for... Lady here, there, thank you for spurring this very fine conversation. And thank you so much for your very kind gift subs as well. Right? Very much appreciated. Get a quick drink here. Oh, Ganj, that's actually a really good point. Sidney Saxon, thank you so much as well. You know, a bunch of sicko maniacs. Yeah, it's the least I can do, right, lady? Again, it's one of those things where it's like, I love video games, clearly. Whether I'm right about them half the time or not, well, Hardball may say otherwise, especially when it comes to Sonic games. But going back to, like, you know, you're streaming and stuff for the first time, don't be afraid to share these kinds of feelings, right? That's literally the whole point. Literally the whole point. And you'll do just right about your passions. So. But also, I'm old, so I've had a lot of time to think about this kind of stuff. I'm old. I've crossed many a video game generation. And I've done my therapy, so there you go. All right, let's go back to the Tales of Phantasia. We need to get out of this forest, right? Also, I need to unpause this again. There we go. Oh gosh, it's 10:30. Okay, I have at least another half hour. So, what was I doing? I don't know what I just used. I used an elixir. Don't do that. There we go. Right, okay. We're basically in the Lost Woods. This doesn't feel the right way. No. Let's just rewind. Right. Lower right-ish. Also, these little bush buddies, bush babies, right? Oh, don't block. Get out of here. Also, I need to start conserving TP, right? Because I get the feeling there's a boss probably at the end of this. Well, just one is fine. No, Funk. Those are just the guitar player from Korn. I don't know what you mean by that. Oh, you mean the... maybe a little bit. Yeah, maybe. Lady, if you gotta go, by all means, thank you so much again for joining me today. You gotta lurk by all means, or you should probably try to get some, right? Again, thank you for being here. This way? Nope, there's nothing there. Let's go this way. Mecha Blade! I got petrified as soon as I tried. Cool. Also, I just realized my holy bottle wore off. Okay. First stall, sure. Have a good night, lady. Thank you so much. As always. As always. Look, Harpo Boy. I'm trying not to get petrified of here. It just... They get you, right? Get out of here. Stop it. Stop it. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. God, I can't even imagine if I didn't have this Mecha Blade weapon, how long these fights would take. Because it's like, I'd really have to like, probably, you know, focus on like using a bunch of fire attacks all the time and stuff, right? Okay, I think we're going the right way. So all these little guys are around. Oh my god. Get out of this stun. This thing is hitting me faster than I can hit it. Oh my god. Every time I try to do an ability, it just like goes poke and then it like interrupts me, right? Fuck. Ugh. Oh my god. Oh my god. My team. My team! Where is it? Where am I? There it is. Remedy bottle. Ugh. Yuck. Try this again. Okay. Let's try this way. Okay. We're seeing these little guys. That's good. That means we're going the right way. I'm just running. Just need to get out of here. Okay, this must be it. This has got to be it, right? Oops. Okay. Oh, I just realized that saving. Oh no, no. I was like, wait, what? It's like saving doesn't give you life back. What are you talking about? Wasn't thinking. All right. Sort of save state down. Oh, what do we got here? This Heimdall. The legend of Ymir states that a magical spirit is sleeping with the confines of this stone. Origin? The legend of the creation during the Ragnarok War. Wow, we're getting all the way Viking up here. Several magical spirits were imprisoned. Ah, yes, Yggdrasil. Yes, good point, Funk. The spirit origin has the power to renew items to a previous, more original state. See, of course. Perhaps that explains the ability of the dwarves to create such amazing artifacts. Origin was their king, you know. Please try... Wait, what? Okay. Oh, right, because Mint tried to do something to this artifact when we were below, and it didn't do anything. Just getting an yellow light show ray. What the fuck just came out of that rock? What was that? What was that? I'm sorry for the blinking and stuff. There's a literal dude came out of the rock for a hot second there. It is done. They're absolutely... Oh, we fixed the rings. Right. Alright then. On to Luna. That was Heimdall. Okay. I was curious. I'm just like, I saw a little... something float above the rock for a hot moment, right? North of the Freeland continent and south of Midgard lies a tower of 12 stars. You can probably find Luna in that tower. I think I know where they're talking about. Thanks, Rampart. We are in your debt. This Rampart guy seems cool. Got some new rings. Probably Clark can only wear them, I'm guessing, right? Where is shielded from light? What does that mean? Does that mean like... Is that like a holy damage kind of resist, if I had to guess? Where becomes a smarter fighter? Oh, I had this ring already, I think, right? Alright. Shit, I had to walk out of here. Alright. I thought we would get like a boss fight or something. Fuck. Okay. What's up with the seal dude chilling in the fortress? I'm not sure what you mean by that, it's Kaon. Oh my god, this tree! Get out of here. Oh, another Japanese apple. Okay. The holy bottle ran off. Let's refresh that really quick. Seal from Evangelion? Is that the name of, like, the organization? Yeah. Wait, this way. Nope, not down here. Shit. Back out of that. I fought enough in this game. I don't need more. God. Oh my god. When it interrupts you like that, it just makes me so mad. It makes me so mad. Fuck! Out of here. Stop interrupting my tiger teeth. You dob. God. Okay. Yeah, I have not watched Evangelion in a very long time. Even I can't remember all these details, you know? I would also know, it's like I didn't watch Evangelion when I was younger, when it was like at its like most popular even. Right? Stop it. Stop it. I watched Evangelion pretty late. I can't remember if I mentioned it before. I think I watched Evangelion probably in my 30s, you know? So I came to it very, very, very late. This doesn't seem like the right way. Ah! Like, my memories, a lot of that show is very unspecific, I'll say, right? I remember when I did watch it, I definitely watched the I watched it with like a guide on hand. But I also... God, stop blocking. There we go. Sorry, not watch it with a guide. I listened to a podcast, a companion podcast, alongside with it. Arbo Boy is what I meant to say. Sorry. Shoutouts to Waypoint Radio at the time. Who at the time was Vice's publication. They covered. They basically did a series of podcasts of Evangelion and stuff. So when I listened to that, I would watch episodes along with them, which is really helpful because that show is a lot to digest. Oh my god, I'm getting rocked. Get me out of here. This tree needs to fuck off. So I'm running out of TP. It's Kaelin. Okay, I've recovered enough TP where I can turn Hearth back on, which should help a lot. So let's do that. So I need to remember how the fuck get out of this stupid forest. Down? Let's try down. Clarth should cast Ifrit or something, right? There you go. Taking a sweet time. It's a lot to digest, but I also think being in a similar space emotionally is where it hits the hardest. Yes. Harper Boy, I would mention... Yeah, when I got... It's Kant. Exact same thing. When I was watching Evangelion, I was not mentally in a very good place. I do not recommend this. Right? I think that show can be very difficult if you're watching it and have having a bad time in your life, right? So I do not watch that show anymore when I'm having an emotionally hard time. Anymore, not that I did, but the one time I tried to get into it, I was like, oh, I shouldn't be doing this. This is really bad for my emotional mental health, right? So I do not recommend anyone do that. Like, the themes of that show are very hard to deal with. Fucking god, these snake guys. I swear to god. Right, okay, here's that life bottle I've tried to pick up multiple times. Okay, I think we're going the right way. Ah! Get out of here. Okay, that should be good. There we go. Yatta. I agree. Okay, good. I think the Elven Village is just down here. There we go. Is Rambard still with us? I guess he is, huh? Look, I've caught a stranger! Let me guess, it's Arch. A human? No, she's a half-elf. Oh no. What? Rampart seems very unpleased. Hey, let me go. If you let me go, I'll do a little favor once we get back in the forest. Oh, stop it. This translation is... Needs to relax. Half elf, half Doberman. I don't think she's a dog person. That voice is. We know who it is. Video game. I knew it. You told us you'd wait in Alvinista. Well, I got bored. Can we please get these ropes off me? They're starting to chafe my beautiful skin. You know this girl? Yes. Please untie her. Rampart, we can't make any exceptions. You know the law. Why are they so shitty against half-elves? Other than being race purists, which I'm trying not to go there, but I know Gaunch is probably like about to explode. All half-elves that come into the village... There it is. Thanks, Gaunch. Must be put to death. What? Jesus. Wait. Who's this innkeeper? Let her go. I'll take her place. What do you mean, take her place? Just let her go. Please, Rampart, I beg of you. What do you mean, take your place? Okay. Wait, what? I do love you. What? Is that your mom? I mean, they both have pink hair. This isn't going to go well, is it? There it is. Mommy? What's going to happen to her? They both have pink hair because they're liberals. Yeah. Thanks, Scotch. I've got to get back in. That's my... You know the law. Get out. Ah, jeez. Wait, can I never go in there ever again then? Ay, ay, ay. Could you just wait? She could just wait outside. Or not, I guess. Wish I had some jokes about them. I love elf-deprecating humor. Michael needs sleep. That is very specific. Also, I need to remember how the fuck to get out of here. I think it's this way? Okay. At least it's just one now. Well, that's gonna be a waste of TP, but whatever. What's gonna happen to Arch's mom? They're gonna kill her? I don't like that. Obviously. That's bad. Was that even an enemy, or did you just murder a random woman? Michael needs sleep! I don't know. Wait, did I miss... Michael needs sleep made a joke and I passed over it because I'm bad at getting jokes. I think is what happened here. Oh shit. This way? This way, I think. Michael needs sleep. I'm not just beating up a lady named Lily. As far as I can tell. Elf-deprecating humor is... I don't know, get it. It's like because she's a half-elf? I don't... All jokes are funnier when they're explained. Add an S to the beginning. Stuff. Oh, fuck. I should have picked that one up. I should have. I should have. I should have. And for that, I apologize. Michael needs sleep. I'm sorry. It is a very good joke. That's not the right button. Shit. That's not the right button either. There we go. It's a very good joke. I apologize that I'm bad at getting jokes. Very easy. It's what I'm saying. Thank you, it's Kaon, for explaining. I'll forgive you just this once. Michael needs sleep. I can't promise I'll get the next one. I can't. Harpo Boy, I thank you for having the generosity to step in. I do. Because otherwise that would have just flown completely over my head. Oh god, these fights. Just make it end. Scam? Scam didn't do anything. Did I say something? Did I say it's Kaon by accident? If I said it by accident, I apologize. That's not what I meant. Yeah, Harpo Boy saw what needed to be done, decided to change, to be the change he wanted in the world. I agree. It's very kind of, it's Kaon. It's Kaon. No, it's Harpo Boy to do so. I did it right there when I said I wasn't going to do it. You know what the other thing too is, like, it's because both your names are purple. And sometimes I need those as an identifier for saying people's names. So like sometimes I get confused. If it's Kaon and Harpo Boy, if you want to know why, sometimes I may mistake both your names for each other. It's because of that. Okay, we're finally out of that fucking forest. Let's heal up really quick. Oh, the purple. God damn it, Michael needs sleep. I don't know what to say about that. It sounds like something Taz would type. But I digress, you know? Purple Jones. The both of you, you know? Well, what can I say? Shout out to anyone who watches pro wrestling and understands that joke. Or reference, I should say. Because he thinks I'm Taz. I mean, hey. What's not to like about Taz? Taz is great. Watch the match. Yeah, there you go. Ah, Michael needs sleep. Oh no! I'm gonna get it. Oh, it's very funny. Shit. This is unfair for me. I don't even know if I'll go the right way. Let's try talking to Rune Glom. We fixed the rings. Rambard kicked us out. What is left to do, right? Hey dude, we might have pissed off the elves. I see you have the ring, but you still need Luna. Like the king said, obtain the power you seek, head towards Midgard. Okay. We're going north then. Right, we're going to Freeland. Forgot about that. Okay. Nope, coming the wrong way. It's also very late, so I should probably end the stream. Your dog's name is Luna? It's fun. It's Kaon. Got the name right. I didn't get confused. Worthy of note. I'm reading it this time. Let's stay at the inn really quick. Okay. Gosh, we spent a lot of time in that forest. Much more time than I would have wanted. Just to, like, get in and get out. Wasn't even a boss fight or anything in there. I don't want a cookie for getting names right. It's more... Our boy. Even you can probably understand how hard it is to play a video game and read chat at the same time. How do you think I can't even do that? I know you're just... I know. But like crucially, it's like that is like one of the things that I know is the hardest when it comes to streaming. If later here there was here, like I would have no advice about that other than like good luck. It's like incredibly hard. Imagine that when I'm playing, like when I'm doing my Rocksmith streams, right? Even harder, right? Take this boat to Freeland. It's like I can barely even like talk and play guitar at the same time, let alone hit the right notes. You know what I mean? And then on top of that, trying to read chat and stuff. Oh, get out of here. It's not happening, right? Okay. Going the right way. Oops. Oop, save. Let's use another holy bottle. So we can make our way to Midgard real quick. Then we'll probably stop the stream there. What's the way to say illiterate in a scientific sense without sounding like a rude dick? I don't think that exists, Fonk. Just hit the wrong notes. Problem solved. Michael needs sleep. That's incredibly wise, actually. And that is exactly what I do. And then I have to pass it off some way casually without, you know, looking like I, you know, like I meant to do that. Tower of 12 stars. I think this is where we're supposed to be. I think. This seems like... Oh, wait. Oh, hold on. Hold on. I saw another... Look at this fun little mouse. It says the ancient people sang songs of darkness. What does that mean? This statue has a button on it. We're not going to do this right now. Jesus, there's fights in here too, huh? A mud golem and a dark mage. Great. Uh-oh. Oh. Ow. Oh, maximum! Hell yeah! Also, thank God we got Arch back, actually. Cast more spells if I really need to. But we're not gonna do this right now. Let's get out of here. I don't even know if I'm supposed to be up here or if I need to be going to Midgard itself, right? Also, this lady's hat has a face on it. It has teeth. The fuck is up with that? Also, it's canon. That word looks fake as hell. Ah! Ooh, these enemies seem really tough. Okay. Tactic. Arch. Cast many spells, please. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Ow. Oh my god. Can you please? Okay, that's good. Jesus. Oh my god. I am getting my ass kicked. Okay, good. About time. Whoa. That took a moment. Thank God. Fog, the way I would say it without even any of these other words people are suggesting. I think sometimes it's a bit rude to even say that. Is, I would say, that person has a learning disability. I don't think it's improper to say that if you can contextualize it, right? Or to say that someone may struggle with reading, right? That's all. That's all I would say. It is a job thing about helping people. You can just say I help people who have a reading disability. That's all. I think that's totally fine. I know you're working on cover letters and stuff, so that's what I would say. If you had to be that specific about it. If you can be broader than that, I would recommend that instead, but I don't know exactly what it is you're writing. Learning difficulties? That's fine. I don't know what kind of specificity you need to apply on that, right? Learning difficulties is often more nothing? Okay, yeah. Sorry, I don't know the context that you're asking. Like, if your job specifically is meant to be helping people with, you know, assistance in that way, or if it's not. Also, we finally made it to Midgard. My god. Mayor's house. I want to find an inn. We came here before, right? This is where we got that Mecha Blade, at least. Nope, that's not it. Oh, I thought you were memeing in chat. No. Wait, what? Hey, Funk, I would recommend if you need advice like that, I'm sure people in the Discord will have much more useful spaces than in this chat. So, not saying you can't talk about that stuff here, it's more just like, you need help with that directly, like, the Discord is much, much better for helping answer those questions in a probably more useful manner, right? Pharmacy. Good. Okay, this is great. I wanted to make sure I can stock up. Yeah, I hear you. It's all good. It's all good. Okay, finally, here's the end. Ugh. It is closed! Oh, I think I ran into this last time too. God damn it. At least I don't need it that bad right now. I don't think. Hey, you! Oh, no. Who's there? You guys hear that? Yes, I heard it too. Who's this? Who's this little guy? Who's this little man? Whose mans is this? What kind of bug are you? I'm not a bug. I'm a fairy. Okay? What do you want with us? I was bored, so I thought I'd come use you for entertainment. But you're rather boring. Is this Luna? I have no idea. We don't have time to play. We have to save the world. I've got an idea. Cress, what's wrong? Can I just stab me? What's going on? Oh no! What is it, Cress? I lost Alvinista's royal crest. I needed that. If you want it back, come up to the top floor of the Tower of 12 Stars. I was just there! Fuck! Great, just perfect. Gotta get it back. You're going to get into Midgard Fortress. Oh, yeah. Big magical spirits live there? Probably. Tower sub. Yeah, I was just there. Fuck. Well. Yeah, this guy's not gonna let me in because I don't have the royal crest anymore, right? Well, we had the crest, but it was taken from us. Can't let you in. Fuck. Okay, well. That seems as good as a place as any. Throw a save state down to end the stream. Well, we went on quite a journey today. That forest was a pain in the ass. And I was using a holy bottle the entire time, right? I can't imagine doing that whole thing when it's like just being bombarded by battle encounters that like my level really had little to do with, right? Those lizard snake men, just not good. Not good. Mike Nancy says, sorry, get the fairy swatter. Yeah. It's like, how dare you call a fairy a fly? Tinkerbell would be very offended, unfortunately. Her streaming activities are on pause at the moment. Nice. Nice. Okay. Nice. Let's end the stream here. You know what? It's late, but we can go for a little while longer. I really want to play some Shinobi. I had planned to end this stream earlier than play a little bit of Shinobi, but I want to play a little bit more Shinobi, but we have to end this episode first, so we'll cut off this VOD because, hey VOD, thank you so much for joining. Thank you everyone who joined me in chat today. Later here and there, probably also had to go to bed, but thank you so much for their very kind subs and the gift subs passing by too. It's Kaon and whatnot. Awesome stuff. Thank you so much. But VOD, you're probably over there at youtube.com/@rjlee. That's where all the other VODs go, right? Why don't you come on over to twitch.tv/rjlee over here. Join my fine chat. Wonderful little community of friends and folks. Of course, once you support me financially, you can do so with a Twitch subscription. You can go towards the bonus streams. One half of that is video game related. The other half of that is Playlist LP, which is where I take my guitarist back there and I play that Rocksmith. Really wonderful custom DLC by the fine folks over at the customsforge.com community. Thank you so much. You know, maybe putting a little bit of the Rocksmith on hold or just being easy with it because my hand injury is still bothering me a little bit. But that's okay. Because, of course, there will always be the video games portion, which we're currently doing. Let's rank almost every Neo Geo MVS game. Of course, you can always pass me a tip and or donation as well, where doing so will give you access to suggesting a Super Nintendo game for yourself on my Thursday show, Let's Rank almost every Super Nintendo game. With a $20 tip or 8 gift subs or 2,000 bits, that'll do it. That'll do it. Thank you for putting the tip link into the chat. Of course, you want to see this full list of Super Nintendo games for yourself. If it would load. There we go. Go to tinyurl.com/SNES ranking. See this full list of Super Nintendo games for yourself. Beside every single game I've ranked, there's a handy dandy little link that goes to my YouTube archive. Exactly time code at the moment where I start playing the game. So go check that out for yourself. You know, we talked a lot about these video games today in the, educational sense, vibes sense, emotionally, nostalgia, all that good stuff. Go check that series out. I think if you enjoyed those conversations, have a good time watching this. All right. Again, we'll be back with another stream, another episode of Let's Rank almost every Super Nintendo game this Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern. Check your local listings. But for now, we will call it there for this episode of Aselia Explored. We'll be back next week with more of this and more like it. So thank you all so much for joining me today. Stick around. I'm just going to shut the VOD off, of course. And we'll be back later. In the meantime, have a good one and good night.